Okay. Okay. Hopefully we have some luck now. Got it right. Keep pushing through. You got to get a win eventually, surely. All right. Okay. I can see screen, and I can see people going yay audio. Wow. Yes. Hello. Yes, we've done it. Problem solved. There's your first. There's your first tip for Tears of the Kingdom. First tip and trick. Don't take a break from streaming or anything for a while, because your whole setup will just not like you anymore. Oh my gosh, how are you guys? Hello. Oh wow. I'm sorry if I'm loud, I'm like all yelly. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Wow. Okay. So that's I apologize, by the way. Terrible wait, had to push it out, delayed, and my prep has kind of gone a little bit askew from what it was meant to be. Partially due to, some things out of my control, but doesn't matter. We're here to have a good time, have some fun, do some tips and tricks and stuff. You know, that stuff that we do. And, yay. I've got a game screen. I'm going to take that music off, take that waiting video thing off. That can go off. Oh, look, now we've got now we've got a screen with the chat. Oh. Fixing anything? Did anything get better? Do we have any audio now? You got no game sound either. Oh, this is working a treat. I feel like I couldn't be doing this any worse if I tried. Almost oh my gosh, what is happening? What is wait, Dan's saying yes. Okay, you can hear me now. What the deuce? Okay, what is happening? Okay, I don't know if you guys believe in ghosts, but if you do, maybe it has the power of fuse and ascend. Honestly, but we got no game sound. No game sound. All right, let's get that going. Live game screen. Why are you not working? Wait, are you getting game audio as well, Dan? If I make a lot of noise. Hopefully. I can't believe my voice is the audio. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. There's nobody literally around me right now, but anyone around me that is potentially near me right now. Nobody touch the thing. Nobody move. Nobody do anything. Don't upset anybody. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. First tip for Tears of the Kingdom. Don't try to stream it. Just maybe don't stream the game. How's that curse going, Kirsty? Holy cow. What is that noise? What is that? Wait, is that the game audio? Oh, it is too. Oh wow, I never hear it normally. It's first tip, clicking ZL when using Ultra Hand flattens the object. Yeah, I've got a list of them. I've got a list, Dan. If anyone's here for tips and tricks, honestly, we will be covering them. Oh my gosh, we will cover them indeed. Okay. Definitely clicking ZL. I've actually, believe it or not, I've got some tips ready to share. I just need to get them up and running. I did actually manage to publish at least a very quick video. One of them was about a tip that I got from you guys, and so I'm going to try and get that up and running because I think that was a great tip. But I've actually got a series of just sort of, I'm going to do a beginner friendly kind of, hey, if you're new to Zelda, here's just some tips and tricks about how to approach the game and maybe not pooch it as bad as I did right at the start, because I sure as heck did. That said, I've also got some absolute clangers to share when I can figure out how to get those things up. I've got a list of them. I had them all ready and it was all going to be nice and prepared in a nice little gallery, and we're just going to fire them off, and then everything didn't work. But that's okay. We got this. We got this. Nothing like flying by the seat of your pants. And that's the first lesson for today's tips and tricks. How to fly by the seat of your pants. Turns out you can't. Actually, I've got a very funny story to share with you guys about Tears of the Kingdom. Well, I think it's funny, but anyway. All right, sip of the coffee. Excellent. I've got a little special surprise to kick events off as well. Something that I think will be thoroughly appreciated by most people. It's a video in the making, and I say it's a video in the making, not for anybody who particularly probably, from a subscriber or community standpoint, I'm not sure anybody else wants this video more than I do, but it's going to be a brand new My Wife Plays Zelda Tears of the Kingdom edition. I didn't realize she actually captured this footage. It is absolutely sensational. My missus doing what she does best, just showing everybody how to play this game. Okay, I think I've got it up. Hopefully you guys can see this. It's probably over the chat. I'm just going to pop it down there. I'm just going to call this Magic Window, because at the moment it's working. Anything that's working is magic. The rename didn't work. Isn't that good? Just going to call it Magics. Oh, it liked that. It liked that. Okay, cool. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully this will have some audio as well. Let's go. This is a tip on maybe what not to do. So this is just a little bit of an intro one. Absolute classic. Absolute classic. It does not get any better than my wife. She explained that she was basically trying to figure out how to get the bombs to work. So that was one. Here is another one, which is that, did you know you can actually catch stars in the sky? Get ready for it. Boom. Yep. Can't do a lot in this game, but I managed to pull that off, which I thought was pretty cool. Next up, I can hear. Oh, that's why, because I've got YouTube open on my phone because I was trying to get everything working. Why can I hear myself? That is just absolute loser material. Okay. The next one though is, just need to locate that one. That's gotta be the right file. Okay, so this one was one in terms of trying to show you guys something. Actually, it's probably almost easier for me to open this one up in a YouTube video because I did publish it. And rather than try to find where the actual output went, because I'm having some real problems with that. So I'm going to go to my library. And get this one. Because this was one that really came from Dan, and this was a really good tip or trick that I thought was definitely worth sharing. And I'm just going to pop that one up, and I'm going to jump back to OBS, connect that window back up because it loves it, and make sure I can share that one with you guys in a sec. Love it when everything's just working so smoothly. It's like a dream, really. Like a dream. Okay. Here we go. No, that wasn't the window. There we go. That's the one we want. And boom. Just get that to the screen, and you know what? This is seamless. This is what you come for. You know, you could pay for your television or your entertainment, or you could get it free, delivered to you in possibly. Wow, what a state! But I'll tell you what, not giving up at all. There is a story behind this one. And so I refer to this tip as how to Dan the man it, basically. So that tip, courtesy of Dan the Man, one of the first things that, obviously these games feature what they refer to as multiplicative gameplay, which I think is a great title. But certainly there, what we got was a great tip from Dan the Man. The screen is tiny. Oh, is it? Oh, did we get it to the right size in the end? I hope so. But that tip was one that I got in game from Dan. It was an absolute clanger that I appreciated very much because it was all about, hey Ren. You missed a few streams, that's okay. You kind of haven't missed a lot. There's been a few technical issues, but yeah, excellent. That one from Dan the Man was an absolute classic tip, very helpful for me, because what you saw in that video wasn't necessarily how I did it the first time, second time, third time. I can tell you I've done this tutorial area, the Sky Island now, and I don't really want to go too far out of this, by the way, because I did say this is spoiler free. So now that we're back on track a little bit, man, we're a little bit late, but I'm going to try and really pump through a lot of the good stuff that you guys have sent and some of the tips generally within this region. That's the plan. Try and keep it focused up here so it's spoiler free as much as possible. But certainly for anyone who saw me play this tutorial area for the first time, it was a little painful, and certainly I wasn't used to many of the mechanics that the game had. And Dan was definitely beckoning me to go get some shrines. Hey, there's a tip. I hadn't been back here and didn't even realise there's a Korok seed. So yay, something good there. And when I got to that particular part, that was after I completed my first shrine and I was trying to do my first build, and I was really struggling with putting together that little contraption to try and slide down the rail. And Dan was like, you can use your shield and just shield surf down there. And it was just game changer. Just, I spent, I think, half an hour trying to build something, wasted a lot of time, nothing worked. Put the shield on, off you go. Great tip. Nice and handy, super easy, worked a treat. And that was just one good example of what I would call Dan just being the man, basically, as he is and as he does, because that's what he's all about. Beyond that, there's a couple other ones within this area that I can definitely go and demonstrate. I was going to pull up the video and have it all nicely prepped, but as it turns out, that quite hasn't happened yet. So I might just make my way over to the areas to start getting some of those ready to show you. But in the meantime, I also have a tip that comes courtesy of Mrs. Smiths herself. And this is actually, I've got a few tips on the go at the moment, I'm not going to lie. It's one of my favorites. And look, you could say that I'm a little biased because she is my wife, but this tip honestly changed my life. You probably know it already, but did you know that if you hover over the Zonai dispenser items, it will actually tell you what it dispenses? Now, if you knew that, feel free to have a chuckle and go, that's all right, loser. Welcome to the real world. I would understand. I would totally pay that. But for me, that was a real game changer because I did not know that. And I basically ran out of a lot of Zonai stuff, and I particularly needed a couple of objects. One or two of them were very much in relation to the tips and tricks that I was going to perform today, and I needed some items. And long story short, very frustrating trying to capture some footage to make a video on, and to know which particular Zonai device to go to get the item I didn't really know. It was kind of like a a luck shot. And yeah, the missus just let me know that if you hover over them, they will actually tell you what they dispense. And yeah, if you go to the menu screen and you do it when you first walk up to a brand new one, it'll actually show you a bunch of question marks, but then as it dispenses and you get the items, it'll show you what it's dispensing. So if you're anything like me and you use a lot of rockets, for example, you may want to take note that I know so far in my playthrough that I've been doing on stream, I only have one dispenser that does rockets. So I need to make sure I make a beeline for that particular dispenser if I want a rocket. So that was a really cool tip, I thought, and one that I wasn't particularly aware of. So if you didn't know that one, it's a really good one. And another one is that I'm going to include on the video is to not forget this lovely ability that you've got, this one. So this is one I've forgotten about so many times, but as it turns out, this thing, Ascend, when you get it as an ability, is very, very helpful. In fact, I've found some cool little secrets just by randomly doing this in places I hadn't thought to do. And of course, this is another tip I'm now going to share, which is I laboured this intro area for so long. Part of it was because I didn't really want to miss out on anything. Occasionally, not too often, but sometimes in Zelda titles, you can go through an area and then not necessarily be able to access it again later. And I didn't want to miss something that I could have potentially got in this area. So I didn't want to rush it basically and run out. But as it turns out, you can come back here. So if you were playing this game for the first time, you were cracking into it brand new, you weren't sure what you were doing, one of the things you might want to take note of is that you can always come back here and throw yourself off the top of that particular bridge as many times you want. Have a ball. Do it all day. Why not? And the other thing is, if you're about to play into the ground like I am, just make sure you hit the menu button and maybe take yourself somewhere else where you're not going to go face first into the ground. That's another tip for you right there. Okay, so there's a couple. I've got a few from the community. I've got a list I'm going to get up in a moment. I did want to cover some of the shield ones though from Dan. So Dan's got what I would consider an absolute array of shield based tips, which is honestly insane. One of them I did put in the waiting video that wasn't working, but one of the ones, and I don't know if I've got the device on me, I'm going to try and change back to it now. But if you have Zonai devices, if you've gone that far in the game, and in your menu you go to this particular spot here, and you've got one of these wing things, you can actually fuse them to your shield. If you didn't know this one, you can fuse a lot of things to your shield. As it turns out, one of them you can fuse as a rock, and funnily enough, the rock can act as a weapon as well if you parry. If you're a big J kind of person, you can almost be dual wielding. But let's just say, for example, you go, you know what, rocks aren't my deal. What I want to do is I really want to attach a Zonai wing device. So you might want to pop one of those out there and then fuse that to your shield. And now you've got a cool looking wing shield. But when you jump, look at the height. For days. Basically, I just turned into Michael Jordan. So you could almost get up there on that jump. Look, that's how much higher you get. Classic Dan tip right there. So what else you can do with that? Well, obviously, actually, I haven't even tried this, Dan, but I wonder if, you know how we've got the little launch platform up here? I wonder if we can launch with that. I bet you can. Definitely worth checking out. So, that is one I would definitely recommend. On the topic of attaching things to your shield. So again, here's another one. Don't forget that ability to ascend. Because up here, first Korok seed, boom, right there. You can get one of those little Korok guys. He'll love you for it. And you'll love yourself for it, because you'll be able to, later on, that'll help you when you run into someone you might remember from Breath of the Wild if you play that game. Guy by the name that rhymes with Zestu. You'll never guess though. You'll never guess what I'm talking about. I reckon we can do this. I just need to be able to do it straight. Come on. Oh, it kind of works. Oh, kind of works. Oh, can we fly? Nope. But possibly, if you did it better than me, possibly. Just worth taking note. That's you probably could have done that a little better than I did. So, okay, that wasn't the best demonstration of the wing shield. The jump part was the tip there, and it was a very good tip. So let's say that didn't work. We're kind of going to go, no, look, let's not do that again. But Dan has an array of shield-based tips that I found particularly fun. One of my favourites happens to be this one, which is the bomb shield. Now, if you're like me and you are also not very good at getting up to places, or very technically skilled, you can always just give a bit of that there, and up you go. Also, it gives you a lot more of that precious bullet time, hang time in the air, so you can fire off a billion arrows at the enemy and try and live, basically. Yes, and also Rock Shield destroys rocks and ores. You know what? I did not know that one. So there's another one. I've also got another Dan shield-based tip to demonstrate, assuming I don't die on the way down, because I do like to do a bit of death. So here's another tip. This one's a freebie for anyone. Just try not to die, like I do. That'll you'll thank me for it. But what I'm looking for, it shouldn't be that hard to find, but I'm going to make it hard. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to make it hard. I'm actually going to use my brains this time. Is that whole rail thing, like the one that I showed the video before where we're grinding on the shield? I wouldn't have thought to do this, but there's a spot in this tutorial area where you come across minecarts. And I wouldn't have thought about it because I'm not a mad genius, but Dan did and told me that you can fuse a minecart to your shield. And sure enough, as you can see over here, I have in my array a minecart shield. Now it's a little aged and it's a little worn, but you know what? It works an absolute treat. And all we've got to do is just try to get over to that little bit of railing without dying. And sure enough, we'll be able to test it out. But can we get over there with another tip or trick? So here we go. Community, if you're paying attention, what's the way that I can get over there without going through the whole rigmarole? If there's any takers, because I'm going to try one, which is to try and whip out a sonar device midair and land it. Oh, I didn't do it, but it was close. You can do it though, I have done it before. You can basically drop those things and land on them and fly, but the technical capacity wasn't quite there. I thought I might just pull it out straight off the bat, but BPX actually showed me that one. It works better coming out of the tower as well, but you can basically do the whole pull the bird thing out and land on it midair, which is super cool. So your own little glider. But if you're also not really that good at technical skills like that, Differently Leafy. That's such a cool name. Yeah, I didn't say I was skilled at anything, Leafy. Yeah, not at all. But, definitely an A for effort. I think it was meant to be, we were trying to work out how you did this, right? And it was basically, that's a mushroom, right? You don't want that. It was basically a situation where you kind of had to be on one, and if you kind of worked it out, if you were BPX and you were kind of doing this on the fly, because that's how he rolls, you don't want to be upside down, of course, but essentially if you had that and you managed to not absolutely pooch it like I just did, and you had a bit of air, you could totally then pull out another one and keep it going. And in fact, I did one the other day where I pulled, off the top bit here where there's another glider. I'll show you this one quickly, because this one I should be able to do without screwing it up too bad. But it's pretty cool. You can actually take a glider with you on a glider, and then jump to the other glider, which I didn't even know I could do. I just worked that out because I'm starting to learn how to think like a mad genius now, because you guys have taught me that. So, you know, aces for you. You guys are cool. So the rock ore was another one that Dan mentioned. With the bombs, that's not just limited to those bombs either. It's also the Zono bombs that you may encounter later on. However, don't try to do that little shield jump thing that I just did. Don't try to do that when you got things like, I don't know, spiky thorns on the shield or whatever, because you're just going to have a bad time. Just let you know that one for truth. But, and also, if you fuse something to the bottom of these little wing creatures here, before you jump off, it's going to get stuck. And you're going to look like a loser. So, that's the thing. But, let's see if I can do this. Oh, no! Wait. You know what? Here's another tip. Just do a bit of recall. And stop recall. And now use Ultra Hand. Yeah, here we go. ZR. There's the ZR tip in action. Look at this. The skills can't be contained. But look at this. We can just put him under there. And imagine I was flying this like an actual person who knew what they were doing. Oh, I haven't got the glider, of course. That would be part of my problem. But as it turns out, I could just go like this and just try not to hit that bit of island, perhaps. These are all kinds of things that you can do, though, which are really helpful to know. If I can navigate over here, there's one I was going to show you guys, which is really cool. But I'll go back to there and do the minecart thing. I think that sort of covered a lot of the shield ones that I got from Dan. Needless to say, he's got an endless amount of shield-based tips and tricks. I'm jumping over to a couple now I've got from Keely. So, Keely, if you're still there, please help me out if I get these wrong, because I've literally just copied and pasted them into a Word document as I was trying to sort out the technical issues. So, like a champ, look, tips and tricks are never going to get any worse than this one, so they can only get better. The first tip from Keely was in relation to Ultra Hand, and it was sticking a bunch of apples together and then using Ultra Build, making it easier to collect apples from trees. Oh my gosh. That is mad genius level sort of stuff. Alright, I think we need to try this one. So, okay, let's test this out. No, that's the Zonar horn. Okay. So what you're saying, Keely, is I just dump a bunch of these, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. Cool. And then Ultra Hand them, right? Alright. This is cool. I don't even know if I'm doing this right, but I'm down. I'm down for this tip. Well, let's stick with 3 because you don't want to get greedy. You don't know too many trees that have more than 3. So have I got Ultra Build? Not on this game, I don't. So I'm going to have to go, yeah, that's okay. I can go to another game and test it out. But we can actually, do you know what? I probably should. Because you guys are going to want to test out some of those other things, hey? So let's just quickly whip out of that game. Whip out of that sad, sorry state of a game that it was. I can't remember which platform I was playing on now. This is what happens when you got too many profiles because you're trying to live as too many different people. Just craziness. I don't know about you differently, Leafy, but I'm certainly differently. Oh, gosh. Anyway, I can't wait to try this Apple one out. While we're loading that one up, though, we've got more. We do have more. I've got a... Ren, I think you were talking about the bike as well. The hover bike, I've got that from Wiz, which is a really cool looking thing. I'm hoping this is the game. So Keely's saying, yeah, but yes, that's basically the gist. Makes it super easy to collect all the apples on Satori Mountain. I haven't even made it over to Satori Mountain yet, so that's gonna be something cool to do. And like I said, I won't labour this particular tips and tricks stream, because what I'll do is I'll break off and then I'm actually gonna try and come back and do a normal stream afterwards of my Tears of the Kingdom game, because I haven't done much on that other than run around the depths and run away from big scary monsters. But by the by, that's been a little bit of fun I've had with a little bit of time. By the way, see zone on device thing? Honestly, love this tip. Look at it go. That tells you everything. One other tip I did have, which was just be mindful of the whole, I'm going to put this in the video, be mindful of the whole layers on the map thing. You know, hopefully not spoiling anything too much for people, but you know, if you do the coloured icon, right, and as it turns out, it looks like I've used on one, because I like throwing icons out there like a champ. But, no, really? Have I used them all? Maybe I did. Okay, let's take that one out. So, let's imagine I'm looking at my map, and I'm looking at here in Hyrule, and I wanna pop a. Actually, let's go in the direction of Satori Mountain. Let's head over here, somewhere around this sort of general spot. I think about there. The little apple orchard. I know it well. Let's pop a pin there. If I'm in the Sky Islands, look, I can see that pin. Not a problem. Say I want to note it is a cool little apple orchard though, so I'm going to pop a little leaf thing there. But what I might need is to remember that, and I'm in the Sky Islands, and I'm like, oh, where's that thing in Satori Mountain? Can't find it, because it's context sensitive to the layer. Now, this offers opportunity though, because when I was over here, cruising around early days, noticed a big dragon floating around, and Keely's like, hey, it's 4 PM. Mental note. So, you know, I wanted to remember that dragon would be there at 4 PM. Maybe I could try and get a dragon skull or a horn sometime. But, you know, how do you write that down with icons? You can't. Or can you? As it turns out, if you're a mad lad, you can actually write 4 PM in icons like a champ. And you know what? It's not a problem, because if you're on this map, don't even see it. Not in your way. And you know what? Living your best life at that point, I think. You know, you might disagree. You might say that's a terrible tip. GameSmiths, what are you even doing on YouTube? And I'd say, well, I don't know. But I'm here, so, and you're watching it, so what does that make us both? Then hey, I don't even know, but here we are. So I don't know. I like that. I like that you can actually do things at different layers. But it's handy to note though, because a few times I think I've heard people come and stuck, so like, oh, where was that marker I placed? Oh, it's gone. It's just like, no, it was on a different layer, mate. But definitely worth taking note. So we're going to do this ultra build thing now with the apples. I want to get one of Keely's tips going. We've done a few of Dan's. While I'm doing that, I'm going to mention a tip, because you don't need to necessarily see this particular tip to know all about it. It's just a tip that is spoiler free, but very helpful to know if you're someone who potentially wants to really go and discover a lot more stuff in this game. This tip come courtesy of Mr. Big J himself, the Man Mountain from Valhalla, who just come to rock my world when I play Zelda. And his tip was, I happened to fall down into a bit of a cave situation. It was a bit dark and gloomy down there, but I was trying to help find... This was early days, so I don't think it's too spoilerish. Oh, by the way, there's another tip. That one's from Mrs. Smith's. Put a rocket on your shield. Rocket shield. Need an instant lift? Mr. Miravalda's Gale? Not a problem. Rocket shield, every day of the week. Want to see it in action again? Just grab that. Hold down L2. Up you go. Huh? Easy does it. Absolute champion stuff there. And you can just, yeah, have a great time with that one. But anyway, I was making my way to somewhere that has apples while I was talking. And we all know how well I do that. So basically, I found myself down in the cave. Down, it was a very deep cave. Down in the depths, you could say. And I was trying to find Robbie, and while I was trying to find Robbie, there were these sort of statues, and Robbie got me to take a picture of them, and the basics of it come down to the quest indicated to follow those particular statues. Now, I wasn't particularly high powered at the time, and I thought, oh, this could be a bit of a problem. especially because, as you may or may not know, my skill level's not necessarily ace at the best times, but I do like the depths and the dark and the challenge sort of stuff, so I kind of followed a couple of them, and then I thought, well, I'm wasting a bit of time here, I better get out of the depths. But Big J said to me, you might want to keep going. And so essentially the tip was, if you follow that quest where you need to find Robbie down in the depths, and if you can do it and you can survive down there, which you may want to look at a plant that's called, it's called Sunderline, let's just say. You might want some of them things, and you make this sort of food, because you just might want it shiny and healthy food, that stuff. But let's say you've got that. Oh, this is definitely sure. Look at this guy. He's wearing something big. Anyway, if you follow that thing, follow the particular set of statues off to where it's taking you, there's something pretty cool at the end, and it's a pretty cool reward. It's one that you might want to get early days, because it's, I imagine it'd be something that'd be pretty helpful, Beams, that reward. In fact, it might be something that relates to another tip that we're in the process of getting sort of as we speak, that Keely mentioned. So I don't know if you're putting two or two together, but I know how to do no spoilers without being a spoilery person, by just not doing spoilers, but kind of giving you an indication of what I'm talking about. You might have an idea of what that reward is, but you know, worth noting. Sorry, I just can't help not collect that chest, because that's another tip, by the way. ABC, always be collecting. So get that one. So, oh, Soldier Reaper. Oh, they like to sound tough, don't they? Big tough robots you are. I'm a Reaper. You know what, mate? People who are tough don't need to tell people they are. Just saying. You could just call yourself a teddy bear and then see how tough you are. Anyway, I'm picking on the poor robots now. Can't even believe my voice is croaky when I've barely done much talking other than cursing at technology. Alright, so we were trying to find a tree that has apples, which, you know what, nailing it at life at the moment, but we're gonna find one eventually. Can't be too far away, right? In fact, here's another tip. If you put on Ultra Hand, you can usually see stuff a bit easier. As it turns out, can't see any, but I know if we go over here, there's some down there, so we'll head there. Should have gotten to that one to begin with. Right, so Dan says batteries, and Big J said, that's right, batteries. There are batteries down in the depth. There's also something else. Actually, there was, to be fair, there was a few things that came out of that little quest line. It's totally worth it. And look, by the way, that's another tip as well. In doing that thing that I was talking about with Big J, I came across a pretty gnarly looking boss. Like he was tough as far as bosses go. Oh wait, can we potentially pull off the old BPX paraglider Zonai devicing? Let's see it, give it a shot. Bet you I won't, but it's worth a go. Oh, no. You know why? Because I just pressed the wrong button straight away, but worth a shot. Oh, get out of here, robot man. Okay, so basically, if you come across any of those big enemies down there and you're not powered up because you're following that particular tip to get whatever the reward is, just maybe try and run away from him. Come back to fight him another day, because he just about destroyed me just trying to get away from him, let alone trying to fight him. It would have been all over. So you don't have to just get mashed by an enemy over and over again. If you're masochist by nature and you're like me, maybe you will. Cat's seen me do it for hours on end. I loved it. I did it to the point I fell asleep. But that's only if you're a crazy kind of person. If you're not crazy, maybe just leave it and come back and do it another time when you're a bit stronger, maybe a little bit more suited with a bit more protection or the right kind of weaponry. Live to fight another day. You don't have to always do things or take on the big guys right away. You can come back and smash them in the face later when you're feeling up for it. A good example in this tutorial area would be a big enemy that's sitting on an island. He's called a big construct dude, and he's nasty. He's a nasty pasty, but not so tough when you're a little bit stronger. You kind of just give him a couple of clicks and he's done. These things have got meat, by the way, so you do worse than collecting that. How is it I've not managed to find... oh, here we go. We're on. We've found one. Okay, cool. So, let's collect some apples. This is it. This is the moment we've been waiting for. You know what? If you get one tip out of today and this is it, thank you, Keely. That was worth it. Alright, it was 1, 2... You know what? Let's just imagine we got 3. I don't even know why I didn't think about just doing the build before I went to the tree, Keely. That would have been smart, but we all know I'm not very smart, so... Oh, possibly, because I didn't have any apples on me anyway. Alright, so let's try and just do it with 2 apples. See how we go. Alright, so we've got 2 apples. Let's just collect them back up. Alright, and then let's try and find another tree. So Big J's jumped in there. Another tip, ABC Zonite. So you can upgrade your personal charge and auto build as often as you want. Good point, Big J, because I said, I wanted to play a lot of this game on stream. I haven't had a lot of time to do much YouTube related stuff in the last few weeks, a few personal situations on the go, but where I have had some time to play the game, I have focused very much down in the depths, and let's just say, on the point that Big J's talking about, ching ching, look at that. Energy cells for days. If you're wondering what those energy cells are about, basically when you get those Zonite devices, as they're called, you'll find that you're going to get hit by an enemy. But also, you will find that those power cells will definitely help you last a little bit longer in what you're trying to do. I just realised how bad that sounds now. As it was coming out of my mouth, I'm like, what are you saying? That just, you know what I mean? If you got a sense of humour, you'll be chuckling right now. That came out real wrong. I was just trying to say, what is it about using the word batteries? Oh my gosh. It's just magic, basically. Magic the Gathering, that stuff. Here is a tip though. Don't whistle if you're trying to stealth an emu or an ostrich. Don't whistle. That was just crazy town. Alright, come on. Gotta find a tree with an apple, honestly. Do you know, the first time I played this area, I thought there was just absolute endless amounts of apples. Now it's like they're rare as hen's teeth. Possibly because I'm scaring all the hens off, but we're going to find one. Oh, just get out of here, buddy. Yes, take your wooden stick and be gone with you, sir. Okay. I'm just going to put the old Ultra Hand on because for the life of me, I swear I can't see an apple. Maybe I'm going blind. Maybe I'm also sitting in OBS Studio and not looking at the larger screen, which would be super helpful. What a legend. Oh, do you know what? That makes things a lot better when you're looking at a big screen. I'm so used to having the technical issues that I just had it sitting in OBS in a little window just so I could make sure I could get back into it. Alright. You'll only collect the same number that you fused. That's right. But when we get 2, Keely, we can only go up from there. After we get 2, we can... Wait, you can't... I was about to say you can't fuse birds, can you? Because that'd be wrong. But imagine. Right. That'd be weird. Honestly, if somebody sees an apple, feel free to yell out to me because I feel like I'm missing something here. Okay, that's definitely a Korok puzzle. We'll leave that for now. There were apples everywhere in this place before. Here's a tip. Don't try to live stream tips and tricks unless you've already pre-recorded them. If you've got the sensor, you can turn. Oh, that's it. There we go. Tip. All right, let's go with that sensor. Do I have the sensor? Don't think I do. I don't think I do, mate. Is it an option? Let's have a look. Oh, shake a slate. What do you got for me, shake? No, no option. No option. But, you know what? Makes me want to get the sensor now. And yes, Kelly, you're right. Fusing birds would be wrong. It just, I don't know why, it just made me think of, Monty Python skit for some reason. Okay. Hey, do you know what? Would the same thing work with these as well? Because I know where we can get more of them. That I do know. Okay, so that's chilies, right? What do we just get? 3 spicy chilies. I know we can get more spicy chilies. Just go over here. This place is full of them. You have all those battery cells and you don't have sensor plus. Yeah, this is what you do when you don't want to... You say to people you're going to live stream a game. So then you don't want to incur any... And I'm also scared because I didn't want to run in... You guys have been telling me there's some scary monster thing. So I basically have just avoided anywhere but the depths. That's the only place I've been. So all I did was collect Zonite, basically. Exactly what Big J was saying. I'm a Zonite hero. Here's the tip. Weather impacts you. These are the 101 sort of level tips I've been doing for a video, which is... The more I say them out loud, the more I realise that I sound like an absolute crazy person. But, you know, if you're cold, maybe put the right clothes on. That's a good start. Or eat some food that will make you less cold. In fairness, though, I don't want to sound sarcastic. That's exactly why I'm doing that type of video. Because, you know, we've all been there. Maybe it's your first Zelda game. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually like you've played every Zelda game, but you're still just not necessarily that skilled at things, or you make mistakes like me. Yeah, no shame. No shame in that. There we go. There's more of those things over there. Let's just shield surf right into that tree. But auto build time. Alright, Kelly. Let's put it to the test. Auto build. Oh, get out. Oh, it worked. Tip accomplished. Check, check. Oh, every day of the week. You know what? Let's just, let's press the wrong button. But let's take the time just to give that a bit of a playback. Now imagine that in an apple forest. Look at that skills, mate. Just shield surfed right into a tree. Yeah. I think part of what I can offer with tips and tricks is what not to do. Look at that. Three spicy... Whatever they are. What does that say? Spicy fruit? That's not it. Spicy pepper. There we go. Boom. For days, Keely. 4 days. Satori Mountain, you'd be having... Do you know what? I want to try that with all sorts of things now. What else? What else comes in groups of things? Let's collect them and auto build. Oh, I love that idea. Do you know what else? That just gave me another idea. I like to basically try and build very long bridges with wood for some reason, just because I think I've got a problem with understanding limitations of what I should be doing in the game. Okay, why does it not? Thank you. There we go. So I could put like 20 odd of these together and then add that to auto build, and then basically I could live my dream of being Yoda and doing my stick, and because that's cool. Look at this. You could climb up there if that didn't slide off. That was a great tip. I love that. Would you like to be pointed at where to go to get the abilities back, such as Sensor Plus, getting Hero's Path, and all that? Because I didn't realise till deep into the game that those would be in this game. That is a good tip. It could be borderline... I don't think it's spoilerish, is it? I don't think it's spoilerish. But we could point them out on the map. That's definitely a tip. So, do you know what I need to do at this point? I need to make sure I'm capturing these cool tips, as well as ones I need to deliver, in a way that they can be added into a compilational video if people want them. So, how am I going to do that right now? Well, we've got the fuse tip. So let's Wow, that's an easy one, isn't it? We're just going to grab that thing there. We've got the video already, but let's just take a screenshot of that for days. And I've got a little... I did manage just in the last second to grab a pad and a pen to write this one down. I mean, technically I've got it right because Keely told me about it already, but use tip 1, auto build fruit bowl. I'm going to call it fruit bowl. I don't know if you've got a name for it, Keely, but, you know, part of the thing with a good tip is naming it, I think. And that's really key. If you can come up with a good name, you're already winning. You're already winning. So, Big J is throwing a random tip out there right now. It sounds like a good one. So, his tip is, would you like to be pointed at where to go to get the abilities such as Sensor Plus? So, Sensor Plus, where would I go to get Sensor Plus? Fruit salad or fruit bowl? Sounds good. Yeah, I reckon it's not bad. I reckon we can go one better though. Like fistful of fruit or auto fruit order. No, you know what? Leave it with me. I'll come up with something. Actually, I'll tell the missus. She'll come up with something good. Wait for it though. It'll be good. It'll be good. The Sensor Plus is quick. Great. Should we actually do it? Are we going to do it on live stream? Is that what we're doing now? Why not? Why not? I've made you guys wait for ages. Why not? Why not deliver on something? Can't do any worse, right? Sure, let's do it. Let's go get Sensor Plus, guys. And if, by the way, if this is spoilerish for you, look away now. And probably turn the stream off because it'll probably take a little while. But yeah, anyway, there's a point. That one, by the way, I was talking about where Big J said, you know, when I went in the depths and he went, yeah, you should follow that thing. That particular quest, while I'm waiting for some updates from the guys, that particular quest was one that I've done, so it should be marked off somewhere. It was something to do with Robbie anyway. We'll find it. Side quest, here we go. Gloomborn illness. I think this was sort of it. No, that was no. But it was something like that, right? And basically it was something to do with Robbie. And essentially on the map where you went, where this was all leading to, the hype was, because the hype was very real about this particular tip, was I fell down a hole just about there. And then when I went down the hole, I was down there and I followed it and I went to about there. I think it was about that far. Wasn't very far. Felt like ages though. Took me hours, but yeah, definitely worth checking out if you got the time. Big J, you'd have to see Robbie again, but you got to remember where he is. If he went somewhere, dun dun dun, I know where Robbie went. So again, spoiler alert warning. I'm gonna give you a moment, just in case this is spoiler material, just to look away from the live YouTube screen that you're watching and listening to for some weird reason. That sounded like a sip of coffee because it was. Robbie went to Hertino Village, and I haven't been to Hertino Village yet. My daughter tried to absolutely spoilerific that one in like 5 seconds of gameplay. Like I let her have the control of 5 seconds. She's like going straight to Hertino. I'm like, I haven't been there yet, no. But yeah, it's Hertino, right? That's where I'm going. You know what? I just said that so confidently, and then it's like, wait a minute, that might not be right. I did unlock a town here though, so it shouldn't be too hard. Auto fruit doesn't sound right. Auto bunch. No, that's kind of. I'm gonna get a name for that one, Keely. I really like that tip. I'm assuming Tino's where we're going, right? So while we're doing that, I'm just going to pull open another one of the tips that I got. So I got some really good tips, by the way. Another one from Keely was, a general tip is to save your luminous stones, and you'll take them to a particular living being that's located in a particular area that might be south and rhymes with a pilot who could be a baron, for example, to get something very cool in several different ways. Now that's so nondescript, but basically save your luminous stones. That's the tip there. Winning every day. But if you want these abilities, then don't look away. Open your eyes. Exactly. Open your eyes, Link. This was another one from Keely. While I'm on a roll. This one has probably been thrown out, but it actually makes a variety of different foods, especially vegetarian dishes. Oh, make a variety of different foods, especially vegetarian dishes when you can. Excuse me. In Breath of the Wild, every kind of just made the same basic recipes, but cooking is more important in this game, especially when it comes to upgrading specific things. So what Keely is saying there is, you might be a bit more like the Liam Neeson of the cooking world, where you need to have a particular set of skills in order to be taken to a place with another set of particular skills. You get where I'm coming from, right? Like, cook different types of foods. And I'm all about cooking, as you can see here. Love it. Love cooking some food, and it's going to pay off dividends right now, because chili, not a problem. Not for me anymore. Just have a bit of food and off we're good to go. So, cook food, lots of different foods and abilities. And the key call out there, I think, get it, Keely? Keely? Anyway, was, it's a joke right there. I know you're out there, I can hear you typing. The key joke was, vegetarian was the word I took out of that. There's a little something there. Fusing gemstones to your shield is also very useful, especially against large mobs. Of course, the rubies will keep you warm and sapphires will keep you cold, but when a gem is fused to the shield, when an enemy hits it, it activates the effect of the gem. Sapphire's my favourite because it basically freezes a group and allows me a chance to run a bit and resuscitate myself. Oh, am I still floating? I've got word up over the top of my screen. Like a champ. So, well done to me. But that's a good one. Okay, I've not actually fused a gem to my shield, so we can try that as well on the way through. That's a winner. Don't underestimate the power of mushrooms in battle. Puff shrooms are phenomenal for getting sneak attacks and just obliterating a couple of enemies because they can't see in the cloud. You can pretty much just spam the attack button. Sweet. The old puff shroom and spam button. Love it. And it gives you a leg up when fighting against larger enemies like Boko bosses. Ooh, so if I take, you know what, we'll give that a shot too. All right, that's another one for the list. Also using muddle buds. So yeah, that's another one I used a lot in the depths because it's pretty tough down there. So yeah, I'm with you on the muddle buds. They're pretty good. So the importance of mushrooms was the other one there from Keely. All right, so we're heading to Hatno. I don't know how other people pronounce it. Maybe they pronounce it like Hatino or something, some weird variation of that. But whatever your fancy is, that's where we're going. Pop a marker, and here's a tip: try to remember what color marker you just popped down, because I do that all the time. Save your days. But say you are floating in the Sky Islands here, like me, and you want to get there, but you're impatient, right? Like, if you've ever watched me play, you'll know I'm pretty impatient. Like, I love to just throw stamina out like it's nobody's business. Like, I just constantly fall down because I just can't wait and I jump. But you put this wing costume on, and suddenly, you know what? I'm just going to dive bomb it and just float over there, because if you've got this wing costume, which is a tip that came from Dan, there's a very cool little activity you can do to get that. Except now if you're freezing, unless you've got the food, you could be having a few problems. Whoop, oh, maybe don't press the wrong button, there's another tip. But look at that. Look at how much distance you're getting. You know, I that is a tip I use now a lot, is this wingsuit. I'm basically going to be in Tino in no time. Well, that's absolute champion. Oh, this is a good time though to test. Let's test again. The Boy Prodigy X. I think we said maybe it was better if you did it from this menu. Ready? Take out device and land. Nope. It didn't even take out the device, did it? Wait. Oh, it's got to be floating. Okay. Wait. Take out device and go. Oh, nearly. Okay, wait. We got it. We got it. Take out device. And back. And... Oh, well, you know what? Third time's a charm. Take out device. 1, 2, and... You know what? Give me that. Give me that gust. Big gust now. Go. Oh, you loser. Okay. This time we're just going to try and just straight out just drop. No. Nope. Didn't work either. Okay. I'm losing a few birds, but... You know, you got to risk it for the biscuit, right? Take out device. Boom. Oh, come on. Take out device. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Oh, take out device. Nearly. Oh, I was so close though. Do you know what? There's a tip. Don't waste birds. Well, thank you for it. Oh, I need to get that. You should. There's a tip. Always activate a shrine too. First try. No, I can't see it on the chat, man. I'm getting up. Sorry. Yeah, that's. I don't know what to say, mate. The skill levels are, you know, you come for the food, but you stay for the skill. Is a saying that nobody's ever said before. Yeah. Why would you? Why would you? Yeah. Story gets wild. Yeah. Exactly. Hey, watch, I can backflip though. I show that off to the miss all the time. When I do something good, I'm like, watch this, and I do a little backflip. Because that's my, like, skill technique. Hey, here's a tip. Don't waste birds. Do you know what? I wish there was a way you could pack them back in your pocket though. Like, I'm not going to lie. I just kind of want to stick it back in the pocket a little bit. How are you, Leo, by the way? I think I nicknamed you Leo last time. I hope you're doing well. Been a long time no speak, man. How much of the depths did I do, Dan? That's a great question. Allow me to navigate to my map. A fair bit. A fair bit. I basically just... Because I didn't want to really do anything like story-wise or whatever. I just basically ran from, you know, those big bulbs that activate light. I just ran from bulb to bulb. I'd assume a whole stream's worth of time at least. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, like, it was an exciting gameplay, Big Joe. It was me basically... Do you know what I did? I mastered the art of ascending. Like, climbing up those little mushroom things and ascend. Climb up the mushroom thing, ascend. And basically just do that over and over again. Rinse and repeat. Now watch this. Oh, he's done it.
Oh, no,
there you go. That's for you, BPX. Yeah. Okay. No task too big. No challenge too small. No skill level too terrible. Wait. Puff shroom, right? Puff shroom. Let's get one of those on the shield. Okay. Oh, wait. Go back. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And I say they're not trying hard enough. Oh, auto build. Wait, I got it. What? Yeah, it's from Keely. Look. Look, just collected my apples. You know, now that wait for this next one, I'm going to do 3 and up my auto build capacities. Oh yeah, the golden apple was that through the spanner in the situation, but oh, I did no, but can't even climb a tree. Honestly, no wonder we had some technical. Oh, jeez. It's been a bit of a week. Can't even collect this apple. Look, I'm just going to shoot it out the tree for now. Just because I just don't want to, just don't want to miss it. Just move on. Yeah. Riveting gameplay. Look,
Have you been through all your tips?
have I been? No, I'm trying to execute basics of anything really. All right, but wait, I'm about to up my auto build capacities now. No, but this works with spicy, not fruit. You know spicy pepper. But you're good with naming. Yeah, I'm doing it. You're good with naming stuff. What would I name the thing with combining all these like meals together and auto build? Or like auto fruit? I feel like it needs a name to make it real. Alright, so now, boom, that build. Look at that. No, it's in. Now, add to favourite. Check. You all thought I didn't know what to do, but I did. How goes it, sir? Nothing to see here. Good. All right, we're going to see Robbie, aren't we? Oh, actually, am I loving the game? Oh man, yeah, I am loving the game. Sick. I am absolutely. Oh, sorry, I missed something there. Actually, I missed a lot of stuff. Wait. So Big J said, after getting as much personal charge as he does now. Oh, like you're just collecting the Zonite though. Like, oh yeah, underground. Yeah, that's boring as all get out, mate. There's nothing exciting about that. Yeah, Mrs. has even guided me how to read the chat now. She's basically saving lives. Right? Have I made elemental boomerangs? No, I haven't. So that's another tip.
And what, the inclusion of a gift bonus?
Yeah. How did that come about? Basically, I stumbled across Gibdos down there. If you don't know what Gibdos are, they are mummy-esque type creatures that I totally called would be in Tears of the Kingdom a long time ago because they're in what I like to call the fantasy map. That's my doorbell. Going for some reason, because of course it would happen the first time I stream that we would have someone come to the front door. Of course it would. Makes complete sense, right? So that's just called fast food. Hey, that's the name. Fast food. Boom. That's an awesome name. Cool, I like that. Got that down. So have I made element? Oh, so yeah, I ran into Gibdos down there, and yeah, I called it because they're on that map. You know the one I'm talking about, Dan, the fantasy map. Gibdos are on it, and so yeah, I fought them and I got Gibdo bones. I don't really know the deal though. I don't really know what's going on. I just know that I saw them down there. Loved their vibe. But I didn't really get to enjoy it because I was like, oh, I don't want to fight too many of them because I'm not on stream and people will think I'm having fun. And you know, I don't want you guys thinking that. Look at that. That's not how you break a barrel. Dan was also talking about an elemental boomerang, so let's just make that happen while we're at it. I got a boomerang, so yeah, that's a thing. But an elemental boomerang, you know what? I know it's probably a waste. I killed a few Colgeras down there because, again, I was just trying to keep myself entertained in what's been a challenging week. So, Colgera, smash its face in.
Name approved.
What's that?
Name approved.
Name approved. Fast food. Yep. Lock it in, Eddie. Alright. So, oh, that wasn't even a boomerang. What a loser. Here we go. Alright, we've got the boomerang now. Okay, if you shield yourself with a bomb, it is useful for a crowd of bocos. That's awesome. That's Mystery the Mysterious. He's back. Hey, Mystery, how are you? He's so mysterious. He just turns up. Alright, so elemental boomerang. Okay. Like, do I just fuse a spicy pepper with it, for example? Makes sense. Well, let's just whistle first. Wait. Try lightning boomerang. Boomerang plus lightning. Oh, okay. Well, it won't work with the spicy pepper then. Oh, I did try it though. Oh wait, no. I didn't try it. I was doing the shield. Rookie stuff. Oh, it does work. Wait. Nothing happened. Didn't even catch it. But you know what? It's all in good fun. Alright. I'm going to try it with the lizard fast one. I promise. Alright. Alright, so we need a lightning one or something, you reckon? What if you do it with Farrisher scale? What a waste that'd be. There's a tip. Don't waste your good stuff doing tips and tricks. Heck no. Okay, so what do we got to do? Wait. Lightning lizard floss. Wait, what about a fire one? Oh wait, there's lightning. No, we're good. Okay, cool. Don't you be spoiling nothing, Mystery. I was about to tell people to go watch your channel because you're doing hilarious videos and stuff, and I love you. But you spoil stuff for me, and then I'm going to say, still go watch your channel, but he's a spoiler. Pants on fire. So, you know. That's how serious. Gee.
Did you use it? Did it work?
I did use it. I didn't pay attention though because I was too busy cracking jokes.
Hey, did you throw the boomerang?
I did. Oh, is it still on there?
Yeah.
Oh, you get 2 for the price of the money. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, you thought I explored? No, Mystery. No, not at all.
What, in the depths? Is it
No.
in the depths? You just went from light route to light route?
Yeah, just read it around down the depths. Basically, went from one thing to another. Like a champion. Hey, what happens if you fuse that to that? No, it doesn't work. Boko spear. Doesn't. Oh, is that already fused, is it?
So you only one
Okay, so
tip in, or?
yeah, we've done 2 tips now, I think. The first tip was don't come to a GameSmiths live stream because you spend an hour waiting.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
And he has technical problems and the audio didn't work again after I got it back in.
Yeah. So what's the third tip?
Just trying to get that golden apple.
Dan, I'm trying to keep him on track here.
He can't be tamed. Dan
No,
knows
no.
that. I'm trying to get to. I'm going to see Robbie, but then the guys.
It requires not rain. Oh, okay. Can you go and sleep somewhere?
Oh wait, here's something I learned the other day. Watch this. Watch me waste a boomerang, but
Did you?
oh, I don't have an axe.
Yeah, that one.
That'll do. Okay, watch this tip. Don't do ultra or anything like that, right? It's raining, but you know what? You want it not to rain because you want to start a fire. So you just, you know, maybe.
Are you making this up as you go along?
Well, a little bit making it up. No, it's just got to fuse to something, right? If it does, we're in business. Wait. It'll work. No, I did it the other day with something, and
There's a fire over there under the cover.
No, I'm gonna make my own cover. I'm a Bush Tucker Man, live version. You know what?
The sun is coming.
But if I did that, you know what? It's only because everyone's watching, right? If I was by when I was by myself, I did this first time like a champion, and I was like, that'll be a great tip and trick. And then, yep, look at this now. Just created myself a lean-to.
Wow.
Boom.
Wow.
So anyway, if it was still raining,
I'm riveted.
if it was still raining, you'd have no problems now because I could have made a fire.
By the time you make it though, the rain stops.
Bush Tucker Man. No, you see, Cat gets it.
Yeah.
Cat gets it.
Yeah.
That's how we live in the.
Yeah.
That's how we live out
That's
here
how
in
we do.
Australia. Yep. Throw a spicy pepper on the ground and shoot it with a fire arrow.
Okay.
Okay, Dan.
This is tip 165.
Do I need to throw an eye at it so it looks at it?
Oh my gosh. Just find your pepper.
I'm trying to find the pepper. There we go. Pah! Now, wait, shoot an arrow at it? Yeah, shoot it. Oh, shoot it with a fire arrow. Okay. Oh, does this create double fire? Wait, is that fire and ice? I feel like, no.
Hey.
Oh, no, that's a bomb arrow. Hey, BBX,
No,
hey!
it's just an arrow. Just a normal arrow.
Oh, but look at that! Look at the updraft!
Oh.
Oh, for days. Wait. Boy project. Watch this. Like I nearly did. I did it once. I did it once, man. Like I did it once. I pulled that wing. I think I've lost about 20 birds, but how are you, bro?
Like always.
No, you should see earlier, mate. I think I threw 20 of them out.
Top tips over here.
Yep. Backflip. Wait, watch this one BPX. Ready? I didn't know this one. This is Keely. Ready? Fast food. This one's called fast food. Yeah, you're welcome. Said Keely, because it was her tip. All right, mystery. I don't know what you're redacting there, mystery. But all right, sorry, the missus is taking some notes here. Redactions happening with fast food, but there you go. I need an enemy because I wanted to test out my puff shroom, but
named by.
That was Keely. Yeah, Keely also gave us a few other ones. I've got them in Word.
But it was named by.
I wasted 3 Zonite. How did I waste 3 Zonite? What's that?
Oh, you did waste 3 Zonite because you didn't wait for the apple to get
Oh,
clicked it before you got overexcited.
oh mate, I've got Zonite.
you new
I've got
skills.
Zonite for days though, so you know. Wait, let's do it again.
Yeah, there wasn't enough apples. Wait.
So there's a tip.
There's only 3.
Don't. So then cancel that auto build, right? Cancel it. That's fine. I don't need that auto build because I've got another one where I did it with 3. I did 2 apples. There you go. No Zonite spared. Boom. Oh, you could just do it and the apples drop anyway. Damn you, Big J. Damn your incredible logic.
Oh my god! We just keep adding to this one tip. It's amazing. Alright.
Or walk to the other apple
I feel
trees.
like we've
Like the
refined it
rest.
now.
Fast food just got faster. You know what? When you take it from one tree to the other, that's called apple pie. No. No. American pie. No. No.
Apple crumble.
Apple crumble. No. What about? Oh wait. One sec. It's gonna come to us.
Like them apples.
How do you like them apples? Oh, see the missus. She just knows how to do it. She's got the gift. All right. So just come over here, guys. Yeah. Just come over here.
Okay, what is happening? Oh my god.
Wait. Ready? I'm gonna say it. How do you like them apples?
Oh, it didn't work.
It worked.
It did work.
It did work.
Nice.
Awesome. I'll catch you later, Dan. I hope you're alright, by the way. I hope you. Well, we'll have to catch up, Dan. I'm just starting
Yeah,
to.
we're just putting off the apple.
I was about to say that I'm coming out the other end of hopefully having some normality back, but I'm not sure that's the case. Just even based on the technology situation today, it does appear. Yeah, the more apple trees, the better it works.
Oh, now it's raining again. Good
Oh,
one.
wait.
What was the thing with it? You needed to not do in the rain. He's left now.
Oh no, what was the other tip
What
about
should
the
we
rain?
do?
Wait. What was that? Dan, what was the tip that you had that didn't need to be in the rain? The non-rain tip. That's alright. Don't worry about it, Dan. If he spoils it, I'm just going to tell him he's a naughty boy.
Oh yeah, these messages keep getting.
Yeah, what's happening with that mystery? What have you done? What have you done to the tube?
Or is it just not even serious?
Have you done? Oh no, it was the spicy pepper
Oh,
tip.
it was too. Spicy pepper. I'm writing it down.
But could you do it in the rain? Probably not.
No, because you need a fire.
Wait.
Spicy pepper.
Wait,
Fire.
no, I've got it. Okay, you pull out one of these things. Bush tucker, man, lives. You just get under there. and shot it with another. Yep, that's not how you do it though, right? You'd shoot it with. Oh, that one. Boom. Oh, easy as. Oh, you know what? There's a tip. That's so good. Now I'm going. Dan, you crazy. I love you. All right, we're getting to Robbie though. That was a tip. I also had one from Wiz. I've got a few more, by the way. Like, don't get me wrong, I've got quite a few tips. I had one from Wiz, which was the auto build hover bike, so I should really give that a crack on the way through. And I think that was also from Ren as well. I think she kind of put that one out at some point. I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's a bomb flower. Wait, you need the... Honestly, I think my controller's acting a little funny. Here we go. Okay, so you get 2 of them. And basically a foot pedal. Foot stand. Oh, that's a hydrant. Okay, so what you do with the hydrant is you just grab that and you go, you know what? I could probably fuse that to a shield. If I've got a spare shield. I do too. Look at that. Hydrant shield. Nothing wasted here. But we're going to just make sure we switch back to the puff shroom because we're going to use that too. And BPX has got some. So look, we're sorted. Ultra hand. And basically it was something about like, from memory, I have a picture and I could find it, but yeah, technically speaking, I'm not having the best level of success these days. So let's just go with this for now. So basically, you get one of them, and yeah, oh no, let's put it like that, right? Let's not overcomplicate things. And then I think you kind of get the jilly gist of it. ZR. Do that. Yeah. Turn it around like that, and you know what? You got to put it on an angle apparently. That's the word. So I'm just going to stick that on an angle weirdly like that. I don't know if that's the idea, but anyway, we're going to try that. Something like that. Basically, if there's a particular design, a particular set of skills, and when you pull it off with the plume, oh, boy howdy. Why chicken just... That's weird. Let's imagine that was the build, hypothetically speaking. Could you imagine if it was, though? Would have nailed it. Control it. Oh, I didn't control it. Okay. It's possible I may not have done that correctly. But you get the idea, right? It's like a bike. Why didn't that work? Out of curiosity, can't you just jump on there, mate, and give it a... Thanks, Sidon. Appreciate it, bud. Oh, isn't that weird? Must need to attach to the bottom or something. And you're gone too. Alright, see you, mystery. Cool. I'm almost at the point where this is a normal stream. How many glyphs? I've got heaps left, mate. I haven't progressed the actual storyline at all, pretty much. So, yeah, heaps of that left. Heaps of it. For days, basically. Actually, I was going to ask Kat, have you progressed yours much? Because, man, I hope you have, because, I have not done much. Oh, look at it. We're off. Hover bike. Get over quick. Oh, no. Okay, cool. Yeah, because we need to get Robbie. But there you go, hover bike. Another tip done. That one, thanks to Wiz Catches Lightning. Who apparently he caught some lightning the other day. Put it back though. Decided not to hold on to it for too long. I caught a star fragment. I don't know if you saw that earlier. Genius move. But anyway, looks like Robbie's turned into a chicken farmer, so that's the thing. See Mystery, and Mystery's also got a YouTube channel. Go check out his stuff. He's like much better at this game than I am. He plays pretty good. A couple of shout outs to some other guys as well, because I won't keep the tips and tricks going too long. That was the idea, was to just maybe do a shorter one and maybe do it more prepared than this. But as it turns out, you know, we're just kind of low flying and getting this one sort of off the ground, as it were. and we'll do a better one collecting some of the tips and tricks that come from this today. There you go. Kat said she's been doing lots of side quests and exploring. Haven't been to Death Mountain yet. That's my next port of call. So we'll go there. What I'll do when I finish the tips and tricks stream, Kat, is I'll have a bit of a break set up, go back into doing the old Take My Strong Hands stream where people know and love and come to expect nothing but the finest levels of absolutely atrocious gameplay, and we can maybe check out Death Mountain together. BPX does have a couple, so we want to try and get them in as well. Xander, same, I literally just started exploring it. Hey Xander, how are you doing? Well, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, and suddenly Robbie has just unlocked our sensor. So this was another tip to locate things. You've got the sensor. So there's another tip. I'm gonna have to go back over this video and compile these ones because they're pretty good. I'm doing very well. Good man. I'm very well. I'm getting to play this game, which I haven't had much time to do lately. So it's a real treat. How about yourself? Things going well, hopefully. Okay, so now we've got the sensor ability. I think if we go in here and we just go, oh, there we go. Why? There we go. Can find a shrine of light now. But I imagine you'll be able to activate it for other things. If we talk to Robbie, maybe he'll tell us how. It'll react when you're moving towards the shrine. The more strongly, the more you point in that direction. Thanks, Robbie. So if it's not responding much, try moving another direction. By coincidence, I had the 2 stamina wheels by then too. Glad. Oh, wait. What did I miss? BPX. How many glyphs do you have left? I said I had heaps left, and he said I did them all. I must recommend doing them and having 2 full wheels of stamina by then. Okay, cool. All right. That's on the cards. It's on the cards for sure. It seemed to go off when you pointed out. Yeah. All right. So basically, Robbie, are we done with old Robbie there, or? I don't think so, because we need the Sheikah Plus. Was it Big J? I think there's something I'm missing there. Yeah, here we go. I think we just got to go use it. That's maybe what the problem is. He's getting a bit frustrated because we're all like, hey, gonna keep asking questions, buddy. Xander says, same working home reno. Ooh, been missing out and grinding late nights. Yeah, home renos, man. I did some, I do a lot of office space work, Xander, and you know we've had some other dramas and that going on, but wait, you have to do the tasks. So he's literally he's bumming out of me because I haven't done the sensor, right? Okay. Where you go? I'm trying to talk while I'm doing stuff, man. I'm not even reading your chat. So hold off, I'm rushing. Just walk in direction. Okay. God, Robbie. Taskmaster. I'm trying to talk to Xander here about renovations and me being unfit. Alright, so walk in a direction. Well, you're not the direction, are you, Robbie? I don't exactly know what he wants us to do here. Like, what does he want us to do? Just walk around in his house? Well, that seems bizarre. Whatever Rob tells you to do. It'll react when you're moving towards the shrine. The more strongly... Oh! Always be ascending, right? Boom. That's what it is. Ah, except you probably got to be in the right spot. Do it slowly. Do it. What was I was thinking? True Lies. You know, do it slowly. Do it. Anyway, that's probably not what the. And it wasn't what I needed to do. I thought I outsmarted Robbie then. All right, let's walk slow. You're a real taskmaster, Robbie. You used to be rock and roll, man. What the heck? What happened to you? The sensor that I installed on your Puripad is reacting to something right here and now. It's maybe the giant feet you've got up there. Maybe you need to watch those feet. I missed that other bit from Xander. Been missing out on the late nights. Does anyone know how many hearts we need for the Master Sword? Look, I know the Master Sword comes into it. I don't know. However, if we were to... I'm happy for other people to answer it, but if somebody doesn't want to see spoilers, maybe do it in Roman numerals. Do you know Roman numerals? Maybe just say, like, I mean, is that a spoiler? I don't think it is. There's some things that are spoilery and some things that aren't. You know the deal. So there we go. The sensor must be activated. It must be because my creations are perfect. Unless they get broken by something. No, just say it. That's fine. It was 13 in Breath of the Wild. Yeah. So it was 13 in Breath of the Wild, from memory. I don't know how many it's got to be in this one. However, I will say something, Xander. There was an extra tip from Keely. And I didn't say it because it was kind of almost borderline... could be considered spoilery potential, maybe a little, no whammy, stop. But Keely did mention you may not want to grab the Master Sword sooner than you need to or would want to, perhaps. It was in relation to the Master Sword, and it could be bordering some sort of spoiler territory. She definitely skirted around that. She was cool. But she said, when you're going to get the Master Sword, don't rush at it. You know what I mean? Like, don't just rush at it, because you might not want to do that. So I don't know if that, like, you could take that to mean a lot of things. Like, I was thinking it could be a bit like Breath of the Wild, where if you didn't have 13 hearts, you could, not have a good time. Maybe you wouldn't get some chicken treat that night for dinner or whatever it might be. I'm not sure what the problem would be, but yeah, just worth taking note of that one. All right. Oh, he's still going on about a thing. We can walk out the door now, surely. All right. Oh, like there's a shrine in here. Is that the deal? I thought, can I not go out? Oh, I can. Oh, my Lord. I was starting to get worried there. Like I'd have to pay attention. No, but in all seriousness, on a real funny side point, in doing the depths and trying to get, I did allow myself to do the Sky Islands to try and get some footage for the video. And for this session, which I then summarily haven't used because of all the technical issues. So, yay for me. And I did it twice too because it didn't record properly the first time. So that's like 7 hours of my life that I totally will never get back for any good reason. But we'll totally use another video maybe. The point being, I got to... Oh, excuse me. That's a coffee burp. I got to play the tutorial area of the Sky Islands without it being streamed or anything, and just kind of chill. And it was. I felt like I played it, even though I've played it a few times now, which is weird to say, because I don't want to go ahead and play any the other bits of the game. I felt like I played it for the first time, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So there's something. There's a tip for you. Go back and play the Sky Islands from scratch. It's awesome. Okay, it's not at this house. Next step tip for this task. Okay, don't read Pura's diary. Keep it pure. Get it? Wait, we can do it. Yes, perfect. I was going to try and do the whole bird thing again for BPX, but I thought I was going to land on the platform and then do it, but didn't work out. Story of my life today, actually. A bit of working out issues, but that's all right. We're all good. Oh, we get to do another hoverboard though, don't we? Potentially. If we wanted to, we could. We have the ability to. Don't need to though, do we? That's one thing I've found is me trying to do those builds. Ooh, not great. I spend a lot of time doing those builds and they don't really work out that well for me ever. However, if you get me to stick a bunch of platforms together to get across something, can do it for days. That works. I did create one or two kind of mad little death traps down in the depths though. That I'm pretty sure they were scared of as well. I was a little scared, but hey, that was beeping when. Hey, okay, what's going on here, Robbie? Oh no, it's raining. Wait, here's a tip. Maybe if you've been following the advice from the likes of Keely to always be cooking your food, you'd have this cool little grip stuff. And off you go. Oh, okay. We've got a tip from Boy Prodigy X. He says, who's excited for the Zelda movie? That would be cool. So what's the first tip? The dragon's movement paths are totally different than they were in Breath of the Wild. They have a constant cycle split between the sky and the depths. No amount of sleep will reset their position. That is a cool tip. Hey, and BPX, on that tip of yours, I can add to, there's one dragon, the light dragon passes, well, honestly, passes over here at 4 PM because I wrote it in markers, and you don't see it if you move to a different level. So yeah, there you go. Well, that was a good tip. All right, what's your next one? Because I'm doing very bad at this one for Robbie. So wait, is it on top of the? Oh, it's not on top of the actual thing, is it? Do you know what? I should actually just open my eyes. I'll probably see it. Yeah, thanks. I haven't seen it yet. Been playing since the release. Is there actually a Zelda movie? What? What did I miss? Like, I've gone offline for like a couple of weeks. The whole world's changed. My technology's not working. Maybe there is a K. Oh, cat. I think you're right, mate. I think you might be onto it, mate. Like, can't onto it. Too good to me, cat. Too good to me. Alright, wait. You can tell I'm completely out of practice with just like everything at the moment, can't you? Don't even know how to throw things. It's been a tumultuous couple of months, I've got to say. Stuff has been real. Yes, they announced it a few days ago, movie. Get out. That's crazy. A Zelda movie, for reals. That would be insane. Except, my only concern with it would be the inevitable scrutiny it will get from so many people who will maybe not be happy with it. That's my only worry. And I don't know why. Like, why I worry about what other people don't like is a strange thing, but I do. Like, please just everybody like it. For once, can we all just like something and not like say it's crap? That'd be great. Yeah, they announced a few days ago, big time the world going to poop. Disney, they need to stay out. Oh yeah, Disney own everything. I think it's like I find I stopped watching news a while ago just because it was just easier to not keep up with the news. I found life less depressing that way. I still keep up, like I get news feeds on things I want to know, like archaeological discoveries or scientific stuff or whatever, but yeah, entertainment stuff I kind of just seem to find out about it as it happens now. If you prefer more dollars instead of a meal as a reward from Addison, the sign guy, make sure you have a full meal pouch and he'll give you 20 more rupees instead. Oh, get out. That's another top tip. Alright. Thanks, BPX. Nailing it. You can't pick up those rocks, by the way. Hey, here's a tip. Can you die in here? find out. Yes, you can. There you go. Didn't know. Thought I'd check. Don't know why that wasn't really important for tips and tricks, but it's worth a shot nonetheless. Really had me interested. Same here. It's a bit like that. Hey, I can add one tip, and I'm going to try to make it not spoilerific. There was one thing I did find down in the depths, and I won't spoiler it. But there is definitely some stuff down there that if you want to kind of keep your eyes open. There's a couple of cool rewards you could find down there via certain discoveries, and my tip for how you would know about those things is, you know, when you touch those light roots and your map kind of goes blue and lights up a bit. If you kind of zoomed right in, you might notice some of the rock formations form a shape that kind of draws your attention. And if you see that, just maybe go check it out. Might be worth your while. So there's a tip. Another one there. Kicking goals. I think I've covered most of the tips generally from the guys. There was that one from BJ. I've got a lot of ones, like try to remember to save regularly. Always be cooking. Always be collecting. You know, you can never have enough food because if you're like me, you're just going to get trounced. Always try and have a combination of at least one stamina and one health regenerating, you know, food or potion or something on you at all times. Stamina in particular, it's always, if you've got a stamina potion in the pocket, you'll be better off for it because you'll probably be like me. You'll try to climb something, you'll overshoot, you're gonna nearly make it, but you're a little bit short on the stamina, and if you don't have any potion or food there, you're gonna hate yourself for it. I know I certainly do. So, you know, occasionally just let yourself a detour, go collect some food and do some cooking. I noticed the difference in these streams because in these streams I don't play like I might normally do if I was playing on my own. And what I've found is that essentially I don't cook as much, and so I get myself into some real lemony snickets when it comes to some enemies because I just don't have enough food or the right stamina or whatever, where normally I would have done that sort of stuff. So yeah, don't do what I do. Be better. Be the person you want to be. Okay. So, here's another. The ghost soldiers in the depths with those pristine weapons can only give you the undamaged versions of the weapons if you've already broken its corrupted counterpart. Okay, that was actually one tip of yours I was going to cover, BPX, into, well, not that tip, but the corrupted weapon, the one that you and Cedric were talking about. Hey, why did that light up? Hey, what the dick, look at that. Why is that using battery power? Why does the arrow use battery power? I never noticed that before. Maybe that's something I just never took notice of. That's weird. It's a Zono, but oh, okay. Oh, those Zonos need batteries for everything, don't they? They're a strange bunch of people. A special thing that makes it char. Yeah, I never noticed it before. I know that's that frog-looking dude. By the sounds of that noise, I can hear him. Oh, there you are, buddy. Okay, I'm gonna try a different type of weapon. Wait, no. We can use the shield. Keely shield. Okay, wait. I need to activate it somehow. Puff shroom. Mate, can I shoot a puff shroom? I think, can you shoot a puff shroom? Oh, surely you can. I've never really done it. I've never done the puff shroom thing. Here we go. Oh, You don't even know where I am, buddy. Oh, maybe you do. But, like, you know, good on you. It's very, very formidable powers you've got. Okay, wow. My thing is not connecting properly at all. Okay, that's weird. Ah. Wait a minute. Wait a second. I feel like there was another tip that related to something to do with this stuff as well. There's another fuse thing. Oh, that's right. You can do this with the bees thing. There you go. You could also add the bees honey thing to a sword or whatever, and it's like that Simpsons episode where you got the dog that shoots bees from its mouth, but in the form of a weapon. So there you go. Brand new information in case you didn't know that one. You got glow fruit and stuff as well you can add to the weapons. I don't know some of these things are new. I got in the depths. I'm not like I'm getting off track because I should do that in the normal stream. But Gibdo wing, don't know what these stuff. None of this does. One, I had a request from Mama to add a toenail to something, so let's give that a shot. Don't know why. I actually did joke about that though in something that I was going to add a Hinox nail to something to make a stink nail. So, you know, let's give that a shot. There we go. That's gonna absolutely reek. That's the grossest weapon I've ever seen in my life. I'm just pretty upset with myself for doing it, but here we are. Anyway, all right. Well, I think we've uncovered the mystery of the cave. We got that thing. We can get out of here now, and we'll go back and see Robbie. I gather that's what that was all about. Big Joe's probably gone to sleep, done a week's work now. Just wondering what the next tip is. Hopefully. But anyway, seriously, what I'm going to do is use another tip that we got, which was the old rocket shield. That's not how you activate it. You go this one. Get ourselves back up there, lickety split. And up she goes. You can drop a hobstone right under the sign. Here we go. Under the sign, or lodge link under the sign by standing under it as you talk. Oh, that's a genius move. Do you know what? I like that one. I'm adding that one in too. Hey, BPX, were you in the stream where I did the most shoddy build in the world to pass that task for Addison? Like, I literally just jammed 2 sticks together. It was like, Cat would have been proud. It was a total like, real, like, bush build. Just like a lean-to that just kind of used gravity just to kind of hold it for like a second. But if it bent or anything, it was going to fall down. But it was enough to pass the quest. Just totally chuffed with it. It's a real achievement. It's like how bodgy can you do to pass that particular task? That's the challenge. That's what people should be doing out there. Robbie, all right. So he's saying, hang on a minute. That's my favourite little challenge. Yeah. Do you know what? I've been looking for him. I haven't found him again. I'm like, I want to actually see if I can fuse together 2 like twigs, like, you know, you get the little branches, just see if I can make a little tiny right angle and just I don't know if I can just do some sort of bodgy thing out of fruit. It's just, you know, things that make me laugh. Now you're going to see the true potential of the Puripad. Oh, you got no idea, mate. I'm loving that thing, but I'm nowhere near done yet. I've just created new features for that device while I was waiting here for you. While I whipped up some prototypes for the extra features, and you can get them now on your Puripad at any time for the low price of $49.95. That is with the help of getting some final data. Okay. Did you build your... No. I didn't even know there is a diorama in Terrytown. I unlocked the thing where I could maybe start looking at doing a house type situation, but I haven't gone back there yet. Like, I literally haven't done anything outside of running down the depths since last stream. Let's talk if you want those upgrades. Enjoy that sensor. A taste of great things to come. Oh, Robbie, you're like a master chef, just giving out taste, but maybe I want the whole meal. Okay, I got more work to do. Okay. Travel mundane, that's what we're talking about. Pay up. What do you need? I I put together 5 large rock ones to make it stand. Cat, good job. See, that's what I'm talking about. Do you know what? We should do a challenge on that. That's so good. There's also Heroes Path mode. It shows where you've travelled, finally Sensor Plus, and allows you to find more than shrines. You can find all sorts of things. Your Puripad will be perfect once you've... Does anyone else really use the Sheikah Sensor Plus? Because I've never really bothered with it. The Heroes Path I used a lot just to track how many deaths I got. And how much of the map I coloured in green. That was my other favourite thing. But Travel Mundane, yeah, that's... Oh, the quest is good too. Awesome. Cool. I like the Travel Mundane. Do you know what? That would have been real handy down in the depths when you absolutely cake an hour trying to climb up things in the dark. Only to slip down, run out of stamina, and then have to climb. Anyway, Travel Mundane. Love that stuff. It's quite exceptional. Lets you travel instantly. It's basically like putting a portable shrine wherever you want. But we're going to have a little bit of an extra challenge to get it. Give me your Puripad. Give and take, mate. Give and take. How about I give you a haircut? Looks like you need one. Okay, Kala Ancient Tech Lab, which is also my home. Yes, that's where my prototype of the Travel Mundane feature is. I started working on it back there. It's 3 Travel Mundanes too. Get out. You can have 3. Sweet. Do you know what? That's good because Breath of the Wild was always tough. Like I always wanted to have one, behind Death Mountain, sort of where the Leviathan and where the Elden Leviathan was and the Path of Din. Like I always wanted one there, one up the top of Hebra, and one I think in that gap between Gerudo Highlands and Illumini Plateau. Like there are 3 locations you just wanted to have one anytime. So for sure. One obviously goes in the square at Tarrytown. Oh, heck yeah. That would be helpful. For sure. That's why I'd like to have you with all your great talents go there and fetch my Travel Mundane prototype. To speed this journey along, well, the return journey anyway. Okay. Well, where was that again? Here it is. Ooh, give me stuff. Okay. Actually, it'd be good to have a travel back to Tarrytown. I need to go back there at some stage. I've activated a travel gate outside of this lab. Now you can get here instantly. Robbie, you're kicking goals, son. Do you want me to build you a little lean-to in case it rains so you can make a fire? I'm really good at it. It's nice to throw one onto a sky island before you do something risky. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I've stuffed myself up so many times with stuff on Sky Islands. It's hilarious. Yeah, I had some fun trying to do the tutorial stuff because you forget you don't even have the glider. So I mentioned earlier that I had a funny story to share, and I say it's funny. It's probably not funny for anybody else, but I find it hilarious, and I've got the footage to prove it. So I was doing the tutorial area. And I don't think it's giving away too much to anybody, but you do the couple of shrines and that, and you'll eventually get to a point where Heroes Path mode as well. I think I need to ask him about that, didn't I? And basically, sort of before you kick off the last little bit, before you come out into Hyrule proper, you kind of get an extra heart from the Hylia statue. And you open the doors like the iconic scene from the trailer, and then you head out towards a platform before a cutscene, and off you go. Basically, when I got to that bit, when he opened the door, I don't know why, I'd been training my brain to go, can you use Ascend? Because I always forget to use Ascend, right? Like, so even now I'm like, wait, can I use Ascend? And betcha I can. But it's surprising, like how often something's there you didn't think. So I used Ascend, and basically, I can show you on the map, I used it at the location right here. And I used Ascend, and I went vertical, straight up onto the top of that roof. Now, by the by, there's something else about the top of that roof, and not for right now, but at that particular point in the game, you don't have a whole lot of options of items that you've collected, perhaps. You also don't have the paraglider. And so while it was cool to get up there, I then had to get over there to proceed with the next little bit of footage I was trying to get for a video that I was going to make that was going to come out before I was talking to you now. But as you can tell by my Lemony Snicket series of luck, that didn't happen. So I'm like, oh, that was great. I used Ascend, but there was nothing up here. That was stupid. And I need to get on with making a video. So I need to get down there. I couldn't get down there because if you dropped, you didn't have the glider, and I didn't have enough health to survive the drop. And so I then was kind of stuck. I'm like, well, how do I do this? So I tried to pull out a Zonai wing bird thing. Wouldn't let me do it. So I'm like, well, that's not going to work. So in the end, I was like, maybe I'll have to climb down. But essentially the way the thing's built, and this is where it gets really, really hilarious, is the way that tower is built is kind of like, it's hard to explain. It's kind of like, you know, how you've got a cone in a sense, but it's like an outward cone. I don't know, convex. Anyway, mathematically, geometry, whatever the terminology is, the way it is shaped, essentially, if you're trying to climb down, if Link in any climbing mechanics goes horizontal, he falls, because he's got to have some element of verticality. You can't Spider-Man it literally horizontally. And so as you're trying to climb down, you'll eventually get to a point where you're going to hit a horizontal point. So then I will try to do it. It's an ice cream cone with an overhang. Yeah, basically. Exactly. So, but the next little ledge that you'd want to drop to was almost just perfectly like a millimeter out from where you would drop when you got horizontal. Like, it didn't seem to matter how I did it. So I died like 20 times trying to climb slowly down from the roof that I got up on. And it was the most painful, like, set of footage that you would ever see. It's worse than half of the stuff you guys see me do, which is saying something, right? Like, I've done some pretty bad stuff, but this was awful. And I was showing, my wife eventually came out and she's like, how you going with video? I'm like, terrible. I lost hours of footage and I was trying to redo it, and then I've been stuck up here and I spent 20 minutes and I couldn't get down. And then I finally realized, and she looked at me and she went, why didn't you just load up another save? And I went, that's what I finally realized. And that was my funny story. That, just remember, you can sometimes reload when you get stuck, because I didn't remember to do that. And I spent 20 minutes trying to slowly climb down an upside down, outwards facing ice cream cone. Yep. That's the kind of, you know what? And that was part of the reason I did that video. Of, you know, how to do Zelda. How to do Zelda your way. Because nobody else is doing Zelda like I'm doing it. That's unique. That's my experience. Only I'm going to waste 20 minutes trying to kill myself over and over again, climbing down an upside down ice cream platform thingy when I could have just reloaded a save game. That's absolute mad lad levels of stupidity right there. So, you know, try and beat that. That's what I'm saying. BPX, there's a Monster Forces quest that was killing me because I could not find that last monster. I haven't done any of the Monster Forces stuff yet. So I took pics of all monster horns and put them on the sensor one at a time. Oh, that's a good idea. I eventually found which monster I was missing, even where it was high. Oh wow, I don't know any of these monster horn quest thingies. That's cool. Man, do you know what? I'm starting to get an idea of how little I know about what's in this game, just based off just random things people say when they're trying, not spoiler, which is in and of itself quite funny. That's a dragon over there, hey? Looks like Din. But is it Din? That's a question. Alright, it's time. You know what it's time for, peeps? Me trying to get one of these things to come out. I'm gonna do it. Oh! BPX, have you figured this out yet? Because honestly, it's like pulling teeth, eh? Maybe I gotta like do it. Oh, it's still so close. Yes, got it. Oh no, I fell off because I was reading the chat. Bound to happen. Oh, you suck. Right, maybe put the glider out, just slow it down. Oh. Try looking with the camera forward and not down. Okay. Camera forward. Okay. Like that. Oh, so close. Ah! You know what? I'm gonna get it. Oh! He wants it. Oh, come on. He's got it. Go! Ah! I don't care if I lose every single bird. Okay. It's quite possible I'm gonna lose every single bird. Okay. Well, you know what? Fine. I didn't want your stupid bird anyway. I don't know how many birds I just lost. I reckon it was about 30. Anyway. I like how it goes slow-mo when you scope on the glider. I know, right? That was cool. Yeah, it's definitely Din. So actually on that point, BPX, and this is totally not tips and tricks related, but remember Din used to be cruising around up here and then used to come down through the canyon. Canyon Arrow. Now he's over here. That's interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. I'm gonna... Do you know how hard it is for me to not get distracted into the Zelda lore stuff? And I'm trying real hard to not. Wait, that wasn't anything. No, sorry. I'm so used to being up on the plateau where Raoru's kind of on you. Like you turn around everywhere. It's like, oh, there's Raoru. I didn't even realise he was there, and he's got another piece of dialogue. So I was like, ooh, better talk to him. So yeah, that's what happened there. Here's a tip and trick: how to take a hit like a champ. Just like that, just caught one straight in the face. Oh, I'm gonna get you with the time bomb and double death. Oh, run. Okay. Wait. It's a good chance to use the puff shroom. Wait. Where is it? Hey, you don't even know where I am. You don't even know where I am. Boom. Just got served. Yeah, that's a good idea, Kelly. It worked. Alright. Oh, no, that's dropping the shield. Okay, and... No, that's a bomb. You know what? That'll do. This is one I do know how to do. I say I don't know how to do it, but I was going to the wrong item. Probably won't work in the rain, but, you know, worth a shot. Literally, worth a shot. Farish goes through the canyon now. Yeah, like the whole thing's a little bit weird, so I'm trying to not... I don't even know how to say it. I'm trying to not take too much of the story in and think about it. Like I'm being aware of it, but I'm kind of like, that's the thing. Just because all I want to do is like then research it and pull it apart, and that's just not going to be good because I just don't even have the capacity for that stuff right now. But totes want to. I know a lot of you guys out there would be exactly the same. But do you know what's funny though is hearing there's so many people I think in the similar sort of age group as I think a lot of you guys are and I am. Actually, you guys are probably a bit younger than me, to be fair. But ooh, sorry. who just like the same feedbacks, like they're not quite as far through the game as they'd like to be or whatever, so they're basically avoiding spoilers and that, much like myself. And I don't know, I found that a little bit kind of heartening is the word I'm looking for. Because it's like, you know, you're like looking forward to the game that comes out and all you hear is everyone's like, oh, I smashed it, oh, so good. And, you know, I spent 700 hours in the game, you know. My wife and I built a new life in the game. We live there now, you know, this kind of stuff. And you're like, man, I'm having a time where I can barely turn it on. And that's been going for weeks and stuff. And then you speak to other people who are in the same sort of age group. Well, maybe it's not even say. They're having a time too, right? Like, it doesn't matter how bad things are going for you. There's always someone who's doing it worse, you know. You try and remember that sort of stuff. And, yeah, like, just even on, like, some of the community stuff and that, like, I was Game Collector and highly unlikely, like, reaching out, they're just like, dude, sorry I haven't watched videos. I'm avoiding spoilers, barely got to play the game. It's like, same boat, same. You know, it's just, so, I don't know, if you know what I'm putting down there, man, we get each other. We do get each other with that sort of stuff, I think. I've got to say, old Moblin dude looks like he's sporting an afro a little bit, don't you reckon? And you know what, it kind of suits him, I'm not gonna lie. He can pull it off. I'm not exactly sure what I'm trying to achieve here. I'm trying to get rid of some weapons, but I was trying to do the Robbie thing. And just get rid of some of that sort of stuff there. It's not doing anybody any favours, is it? I don't really know, by the way, if this is probably a good one, like if there's any really particular, like, oh, you should build that weapon, like kind of jazz, because I haven't really been doing a lot of that. Oh wait, BPX. Oh, if you like me and hate a chunk of meat on your back and don't want to waste the item, you can make an ice block in some water and use that instead. Oh, if you're a shield surfer. I am a shield surfer. Love shield surfing. I was just trying to hit side on when I was reading your chat. That's ludicrous. Shroom shield. Wait, I missed stuff. Wait. Farish. That tip was the Iron Numa. Oh, with the puff shield. Yeah, no, I know it was, but I don't know. I think Keeley made it more appealing by saying go into a large group of enemies and go ham. That really spoke to me. I knew I kind of used it against one dude, and I'm like, yeah, just go in with the stick and smack him in the head. So sometimes I think, Big J, it's the delivery of the idea. You know, like say to me, hey, I'm gonna walk into a big group of enemies, and then none of them will see me, and I just spam the attack button till they're all dead. Sold. Take my money. Do you know what I mean? Versus one dude in a bat. You can spam one. Oh, hey, I don't want to spoiler anyone, but I need to warn people about something. If you've got the chance. If you're in the depths and you're exploring stuff, you may come across a certain area, and you'll be like, oh, that looks interesting. You'll go to explore it, because I did. And you may come across a Lionel, and you'll be like, oh no, here we go, Lionel time. But you know, you kind of like, you kind of got your big boy pants on, so you kind of go, yep, the anti-Colosseum, exactly right. So you got your big boy pants on. You're like, I can totally do a Lionel. That's no problem for me. Sure, I'm not the greatest player in the world, but I know how to flurry rush like a champ and eat food like it's going out of style. So I'll just do that. And, hey, what was that ice shield thing, by the way? If you shield, you can fuse a frozen meat. Oh, wait. I got to do this. Yeah, but where I was headed with that whole thing, which has taken me a long time to get out, so sorry, is if you get into that situation, it may not be one Lionel. That's what I'm trying to put down there. Just be mindful of that, because for me, it was not one Lionel. It was more than one Lionel. And put it this way, it could have been Lionel Richie and a whole group of them. And man alive, I was not ready for that situation. That was something else. Okay, so get the meat out, freeze it. That's what, if I'm getting what you're putting down there, this sounds like a good tip. I like this. And then frozen shield surfer. This is genius level stuff. This is mad lad. Oh, I'm sold. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a cool tip. Oh, I like that one. Do you know, the missus gave me another tip, which is pretty obvious for most people, but I miss obvious stuff like all the time, which is using Sidon to do that water thing, just to kind of give you, I think it does protect you a little bit, which I completely forget all the time when I'm getting smashed, is maybe get that Sidon protection thing happening. That's definitely a good idea. Oh man, that's so cool. Oh, you can even do little spinnies and all. Happy days. And this is a little different though, isn't it? The scenery. Because I know I'm getting distracted, but I'm also getting distracted because it doesn't look like it usually does. Which is, try to take that in. Hey, honey bear. He's alright, he's not attacking me. I was gonna, if I saw a bee's nest, I was gonna grab one of them for the other thing, but as it stands, it's okay. Alright, so tip wise, I think we've got through majority of the ones that people were sort of putting out for now. I mean, look, there's endless tips, don't get me wrong, you know, always be saving. The Zonai device map one was definitely a good one. I was writing ones in the Discord chat today. A lot of them were just kind of also about just your approach, you know. Don't rush through the game just because everyone's beating it fast. Who cares, you know? Sure, BPX is a good mate. I'm sure he's gone and done all the memories and I haven't, and I want to talk to him about it. But, you know, that's not going to make me rush the memories and the tears, even though I totally am thinking about doing that now. But, you know, whatevs. Whatevs. Yeah. But, you know, do your game at your pace. That was a tip I had. Got through a lot of people. A tip if you're a Zelda tuber or Zelda creator or whatever the social media Zelda stuff is, I'll give to anyone, is you know, don't get too caught up in the whole YouTube trending crapola stuff, because yeah, people love the whole trending stuff, but me personally, I had started doing Zelda content when Zelda was flatline on YouTube, and it was great. It's perfect. It's a great time to be making content. So you're not stressed because you didn't have to worry about anyone really watching it too much. This is awesome. So people who watched it were like really forgiving. So you know, don't get too hyped about whatever's going on with the whole Zelda YouTube thing, because that's a thing. Like, there's more Zelda tubers out there than there are tubes to be Zelda. That's my joke. But I know, as someone who does YouTube stuff, like I'm conscious of wanting to put theories and that out, but I don't want to put a theory out about Tears of the Kingdom at the moment. I haven't seen anywhere near enough of the story to be adding more onto that. Like, I know some stuff I want to talk about, but it's just like pointing at something going, look at that, that's interesting. You know, I mean, I'm sure other people do that. For me, that's not really the jam. Hey, look at what I've got, buddy. Not a lot, but I can sell food. Is there anything? This is a tip though. You need to make money, sell food. Easy done. Every day of the week. See how you get your cashola up there. So other tips were coming through. I just filled a bit of time, yabbering on like I do, and we're good. Okay, so BPX was just to unequip the fire type weapon. Yep, you can spam Lionels too. The anti-Colosseum, we talked about that. About the delivery directly to you, a wider style. Exactly, my friend, exactly. I miss that guy too. Do you know, I kid you not, and I'm man enough to admit this, I get choked up nearly every time I talk about that guy. I did it yesterday with the missus, and I'm surprised I'm not doing it now. I just started talking about him because I found an interview with him and Ayanuma and Fujibashi when I was looking for something for a tips video. Because, you know, that's what I do. I'm looking for stuff for a tips video, and I'm looking at Nintendo interviews. And, yeah, I found something, and it was about us. And it was just like, man, he gets me, eh? Every time, Big J. Every time. What a guy. That man's, what a champion. That got me off track. Nice and easy. So, I don't even know why I'm talking to this guy. He's a nice enough guy. I was meant to sell him stuff. But we're trying to get on with Robbie's task. And instead I was trying to take the opportunity to just get a quick tip in there and go, you're short on cash. Sell some food. Just maybe don't sell all your jewels and stuff, because you might need that for Jewel of the Nile. If you ever feel like reliving the adventures of a movie that most people don't know about because they're not old enough to even know that movie exists anymore. There's the story for you. BPX, I think they stole that from Second Wind, but use ice blocks if you don't want to look dumb. Use ice blocks? Like, what do you mean? You like, without the meat? I think the meat looks choice, bro. That looks like hardcore. That's awesome. But honestly, how would you just use ice blocks? Like the ice grape thingies. Because I could totally do that. I just missed what this person's saying. There's something about a tree. You look down at the cliff, you can see monsters. Oh, that sounds like the Tino Beach sort of one from Breath of the Wild. Okay, so let's worry about that. Come all the way stable. Oh, they're stealing sheep? Because that's awful from here too. Oh, if Wiz was here, he would say, Hyrule's history doesn't repeat, but it sure does rhyme. I reckon that should be his catchphrase. He does it so good. I like Wiz. There's a shout out. If you haven't seen Wiz's channel, go check him out. Check out Mystery the Mysterious. Go watch a bit of Kameya Wave. Go see his stuff. He's awesome. He's a cool, calm, and collected player. And check out Midnaman, who did a video on how to win bomb, because it was freaking hilarious and an awesome video. So that I was going to do that as community shout out sort of things for anyone who's making videos and that. Go check him out. Dan the Man. Go check out Dan the Man's video about balance with the Triforce. You haven't seen it? You're missing out. And he does shorts every single day. Actually really cool. One's about different language stuff and that as well. Dan's just an interesting character. Cool cat, worth checking out. Mystery the Mysterious as well. Also doing some content out there. I think I've covered. OG Oaf Gaming. Loves his Zelda over there. Does Twitch streaming as well. Pokemon. Man, he's got Pokemon coming out the wazoo. His Pokemon have Pokemon. He doesn't even say the Pikachu joke anymore because he's already poked him on the bus. If you don't know the joke, it's a good one. There you get Pikachu on a bus, Pokemon. Anyway, I love that joke. It's one of my faves, and I will say it endlessly. I know I should talk to people here, but I don't want to do it on a tip stream. What I'm going to do is come out of a tip stream and do it on a normal stream. Because I don't know why that's important, but it really is that this was a tips stream. So while we're covering the last few tips, I'm going to get up to where Robbie's meant to be. Or his place is anyway. Right. Back on, sir. Okay. The Lionel tag team was in Second Wind at the Coliseum. Oh, really? That sounds familiar, BPX. A little too familiar, perhaps. Methinks. It was, do you know what? Look, let's be honest. There was 3 of them, right? Like, I thought it was bad when there was 1, but I nailed it. And then there was the second one. I'm like, oh, come on. But I nailed that one. By the time the third one came out, I'm like, oh, come on. Because I had barely any food either. So the third one was just like, I got trounced. It wasn't fun. Do you like ancient things? Yeah, sure. I like a lot of things. Ancient and not ancient. Hey. Guardian frogs. Oh, I see. That's friends the Eager clan again, hey? Spreading their wings. By the looks of it. Let's take these broken wings. Learn to fly again. Oh, you're lucky, pal. You're lucky that was a big sword, because otherwise I would have had your number. Oh, the weather's changing bad. Okay. Sidon's water bubble actually helps with heat resistance in Greta. That's another good tip as well. You can time it where you could get the bubble applied and never need heat resistance gear. Get out. That is a top tip, mate. That's speedrunner tip. That's how speedrunners will get through there, I betcha. That's like, you know how they like seeing through the Matrix type stuff. You know, they're like, I don't need to buy that gear. I'm just gonna, like, you know, those guys that I'm just gonna come up against this shrine and just spin a weapon, and suddenly now I'm inside the shrine with the bomb, and you know, like, I don't know how people do that stuff. It's awesome. Like Midnaman did that on his wind bomb video. He did the whole weird axe thingy where he went in the side of the shrine. I'm like, get out. That is awesome. I mean, it's cool. Like, don't get me wrong. I like it. But I'm just like, who thinks of that stuff? That's amazing, hey? So cool. So, what else we got? I have another. Wait, Big J. Oh, Big J's was on Sidon's Water. There we go. Mad lad. Another, to increase your build's despawn range, attach dragon part or star fragment to it, and it won't despawn for a very far distance. So in that way, BPX should be saying that it almost acts a bit like it does with the meal properties in Breath of the Wild. Like if you were doing the Trial of the Sword Part 3, for example, which I still need to do, you would totally cook a health meal or something that's going to last a while, because it's going to be the difference in that particular situation. Hold on a sec, we might just have a bit of an opportunity here and something worth trying to do. I'm going to see if I can Dan's tip on the winged shield. Why am I just, honestly, this controller I think needs to go back on charge. I was getting footage with it all last night and yesterday, which could be part of the problem. Go to the zone. Oh, you can't pull out zone on devices. Oh, so I can't do the wing shield in here. Bugger. That was the idea, was to do the wing shield in here. It was a cool idea, but anyway. Another tip, which if I don't get the chance to do it on the stream, because I was gonna not do the tip stream much longer, was there's a few from the man Cedric, who isn't here today, and I'm glad he isn't, because I'm glad he's giving YouTube a break. Good man. But I don't want him to feel like he wasn't part of the stream at any stage. And his tips, there was a few of them. One of them was about, and same with BPX, was about the weapons. So you get the weapons degraded to a degree, or they got gloom rust on them. Basically, you've left them out in the shed. They need a bit of love, and don't press back every time you do it. And so basically, your weapons aren't as good. But if you find yourself an Octorok, and particularly if you're in the Goron region of the world, let's say you're somewhere near Death Mountain, Elden, Volcano type scenario, map-wise we're talking somewhere not too far from here, maybe around this area of the world. You find one of those Octoroks that do the big suck in, like they're like a smoker trying to take their first drag for the day. They're, giving it the big guts. If you find one of them, you let them have the weapon. They will take it in and spit it out like they sort of did in Breath of the Wild, except this time, instead of coming out with polish, they will come out with a weapon boost or a status buff, as it were. And this leads into the second part of that tip, which came courtesy of my man over here, BPX, Boy Prodigy X, was an idea that I've since learned I think is not just specific to Breath of the Wild. It's a term he called save scumming, which is before you do that, because once they do that thing with the weapon, that's it for the day. If you kill them, you got to wait for them to despawn after, it will be after a blood moon. See, I can remember. And so the dealio is what you could do is save. Hey! Oh, that was quite the setup. awesome. So basically, you would save before you do that. And what that would allow you to do is if you didn't like the status buff or whatever that you got, you could simply reset your save and then maybe we could let you win. And there you go. So you could get the buff that you do want. And then you'd be buff. Get it? Buff? I honestly, I need to do something like with the jokes or whatever to make up for the lack of gameplay and skill. So it's kind of like, I like to think of it as a little bit of a, you know, give and get sort of situation. You know, you lose so much watching these streams, but you gain a little bit. Just maybe a little bit. Okay. I don't know why I'm insisting on pressing the analog every time for a power, but I am. And I can't help it. Ooh, it's like a puzzle. Okay, I think I know what to do. It's Jenga. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Oh, man, if only I've ever played this game. This is cool. I want the chest. Can I get that one? Oh. Jenga! Nope, that didn't work, see? But if I use rewind, nothing will happen. Perfect. Jenga, you lose. Hey, that's a cool shrine. It is Jenga. Oh, I just read the chat. It's Jenga. There we go. That's hilarious. Hey, I'm just going to check something, because I know this isn't technically tips and tricks, because I'm trying to think of it on the fly, but, you know, having that mad creative skills, you can't, like, Spider-Man type anything here, can you? Like attach something and it will come back to you. Oh, you could with a boomerang. Wait. You can't boomerang and fuse and attach. Can you? That would be some cool stuff. Wait. Fuse. No. I was thinking like a crazy person does who's got no actual talents for that type of stuff, but yeah, still thinking. Okay, so going back on the tips. So looks like oh wow, there's 5. I throw them into your water and fuse the ice. Wait, we need to go back up. The despawn trick works in auto build too. It would make a fake dragon part with the same despawn properties. Wait, what? Despawn trick works in auto build. It makes a fake dragon part with the same... Oh, get out, really? That's crazy. I throw them into the water and fuse it. Okay, so throw them into the water and fuse the ice to make your shield. Oh, no way. Ah, okay. Well, okay. So, throw them, when you're saying throw them into the ice, these things, the ice fruit. Is that what you're talking about? I feel like I was yabbering on too much and I might have missed something. The despawn dragon parts star fragment. Throw them into the water and fuse the ice. Throw them into the water. Infuse the ice to me. Yeah, okay. I assume that's what you mean. I'm going to assume it anyway. Either way, I like that. Oh, it's like bam. Oh, you know what? No, chat's going down. Because when you're wet, you can't overheat, and you'll stay wet a bit after the bubble disappears. That's such a genius move. Ice weapons help keep it cool too. Yep, that one makes sense. Your actual vehicles or whatever will inherit the despawn radius of the dragon part or starfront. Get out. That's awesome. So you can still keep it basically, which are much farther than the other items. You get all your battery. Oh, you got all your battery. Yeah. Because I did some stuff in the depths to try and keep myself sane this week because I needed it. Otherwise, I think I was gonna become Smith Games. I don't know, like the opposite of whatever I am, basically. So yeah, I played a bit of Zelda by just basically running around the depths, and because I didn't want to do stuff that would be stuff that I would normally do on the stream, which I'm not sure where I keep getting confused there, because I keep forgetting that on the stream all I do is suck. So I'm not sure which part of that I was worried that, you know, I would not be able to share with you all. As you can see, fantastic job of it right now. But, yeah, I just basically ran and collected the little light things, mate. That's what I did there. Okay, so this is a cool shrine, and I definitely want to solve it. And I definitely want to do it in a fun way. And I have a couple of ideas of things I actually want to try, which are possibly not how you meant to do this particular shrine, but I think would be inevitably really, really fun. But I don't really want to waste everyone's time doing that. But because it was tips and we could come back after that. But for the sake of moving things along, let's just say we went with this one for now. What happens if I land on the ball? Will the whole thing collapse? Kind of curious. Oh, I should have rewound time. That was such a good idea though. Huh. Excellent. Well, you know what the solution would be, I assume, is you basically Jenga it and then use that to make a thing to then pull that out, right? Right. Yeah, ZR. There you go, like a champ. Except, I'm going to slide down, and that's not going to be good for anyone's business, so let's just pop that there. In fact, we should probably pop that up like that. Just, it's not quite going to work as I wanted it. Notice that the thing in the right wants electricity? Oh, yeah, no, I totally noticed that. And I'm totally not acting like I didn't notice it right now, if you know what I'm saying. I hadn't even got that far ahead, to be honest. I was kind of like just going to do the Jenga build, but yeah, now that you mention it, it does look like a pretty obvious metallic type object that would totally make sense. That should lean though, surely, and not slide, surely. Yes, there you go. Go, son. Ah, gravity. Oh. That was not really... Why did I do that? I already did that. That was stupid. Okay. That's part of the Jenga thing. Okay. Well, let's do it. This wasn't necessarily part of the tips and tricks. I've got to learn to separate this stream. That was the point. Talked about this. My wife will be sitting in there shaking her head now going, you just don't follow through. And she'll be right. She would be 100. She doesn't talk like that, by the way. But, you know, I like to think she's quite clever, so she'd be thinking, man, you're crazy. So that does look like it needs... Well, see, now this has even got more curious. This is like, this is a lot of fun. Oh. I'll just recall it back to myself and get electrocuted. That'd be hilarious. See. I'm kind of giving it away there. I get you. I get you. We got to move it along. Just get a bit of electricity there. Lickety split. Recall. Get electricity. Boom. No, doesn't do it. You know what? I thought I got you. Maybe you need to get more than one. Boy projects look right. I know there's a way to do it. I just like to... Oh. I think you need another piece. You might be right there. These things are a lot more fun when you're not worried about looking stupid. When you feel like you're looking stupid, they're not as much fun. Just ultra hand stick another one to it. That's what I was going to do in the first place, but then yeah, I kind of got the electrician home renovator thing going over there. That was my little shout out to Manuel from before. You know, just kind of like, hey, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh wait, you can do it. Rewind time. Go! Save lives. Did it work? Oh, it worked. Oh, I'm a champion. I'm a genius. Oh, I wouldn't say that, but you know what? I'm still alive. Oh, Eddie Vedder, he's still alive. Okay. This is, that one. He's good. Oh, do you know what? If that would just get up there, it would fuse and you'd pull it right out. That's how you do it. But it's not high enough. It's gonna knock it over. Did I lose the other one? Didn't work. The setup just resets when it falls. Oh no. Wait a second. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. That did not go how I planned at all. So, this is where things are going to get interesting. What I'm going to do... Yeah, you'd made it high enough so you couldn't choose it. That's 100% right. And do you know what? Good on them, because super annoying. You see, you can go up, but you can't land. Nah, it's a shame. I would have loved to have activated that. When in doubt, rewind the object, have it in the position you desire. Yep, that totally makes sense. See, the problem that I did was went into a shrine when I was meant to be doing the tips thing, and I'm so conscious of wasting time in here that it's starting to kind of detract from it. I'll try and stick what you already have in hand to the big portion with the ball and carry the ball to the spot. Yeah, you see, now you're just direct solving it though for me, which is kind of defeating the purpose. Like, you know what? Like, what's the point then? It's just, I should be able to figure it out. Except, what if we went? No. That would have been great. What was that? You don't have to do it in a weird way. No, I love doing things in a weird way. That's the point, right? Like, the weird ways are the best ways to do it, I reckon. Personally. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit weird like that. That's why it's a weird way. Oh! If that fused, that would have been awesome. It just resets, right? See, I have a really weird idea of how I want to solve it, but it will take time. But it would be a mad lad way of solving it. And that's the problem, right? That's how I want to do it. Here in my car. No. See, that won't work doing it that way either. I want to do it my way. Like, come back and do it my way. My way would be hilarious. I think. It would basically involve a little bit of a concoction of a crazy build with stuff. And the end result, I think, would be absolutely hilarious. For example, you know, if you just got stuff like this. Like that. And like that there. Alright, that's, we want weapons like that. And then you fuse them together. To make a hilariously stupid thing. And I did it my way. Yeah, exactly. But you could almost get the chest. Oh, except I stuck it to the wall. Now it's better. Oh. So you could almost catch it. You could almost catch it with that thing. That's what's annoying. Like, you know they don't want you to pull that one out. Oh, it didn't go. Righty ho. Okay. Guess what? That's changed the nothing really. You can get most things to show up in auto build simply by sticking an apple to it. That's hilarious. Oh no. What is that? No, not now. Not now. This is why we're breaking up the stream. Uh-oh. Did I just... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, I haven't lost you guys, have I? This was why I was breaking up the stream. GameSmiths, you're not listening. Okay, that's just gonna end badly, right? Let's grab it now. Oh. Go. Rewind time. What are you doing? Oh, just. Oh, it sucks so badly. Okay, that's it. Now I'm getting angry. Do we get to keep this when it rebuilds? No. That would have been great. Oh, why am I doing this one now? Oh, analog. Okay. Remember I said what tip and trick was to not get frustrated and do things your own way? Remember how I am not following my own advice right now? Oh god, me and this spinny thing just suck. Bring me that chest. No, it's the chest. Oh! I'm gonna go ham in a second. Yeah, I get it. It's just I was trying to get this thing done to finish it, the tip stream, and then I was just like, I could have taken as much time as I wanted. And you know what? I'm just going to take my own advice. I will come back and do this outside of the tip stream because this is meant to be a tip stream and not me jackassing it, which is exactly what I'm doing. I've got caught in a trap, which I did this the last time I streamed, and it cost me literal hours, nearly a day, because I went and did something that I knew I shouldn't be doing. So I'm going to listen to my own advice and I'll come back to that. Yes, we'll come back, exactly. See? Tips and tricks. tips and tricks. Come back to that one, and we're going to put a little marker on here because that one's now special to us. What marker are we going to put? Cook. We're going to cook it because it's cooking me. It's fun. That's the thing, right? That's a fun shrine. But what I was going to do, I think, was make it non-fun by just trying to rush it. And that was literally what I was saying before as one of my own tips, is rushing stuff on a game that you love inevitably is going to get you frustrated, and then you're not loving your game. So why would you be doing it that way? That just doesn't make any sense. And that's what I was doing. So I'm going to take my own bus. Hey, you go. Because all we were doing here was coming here for the Robbie. Remember we were doing the Robbie tip? That was a quick hop, skip and a jump. As it turns out, not so much. The entertainment value is being brought regardless. Hey, don't worry about it. We will go back to that shrine outside of the tip stream. I just fear that if any, I don't know, right? I have these own little mental stories in my head that I do things with, and I go like, somebody genuinely could have actually come in here to get tips, and they're like, just get on with the tips. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why. I don't know. It makes sense in my little weird world where, I don't know, things just make sense sometimes. I don't know what sense it is. Or, like, things like using Keely's tip. But we need, wait, get the shield first. Yeah, and then, no, that's it. No, okay. Right, just calm down. We just need to get the puff shroom. Yes. And yes. Oh, look, dude. Okay, I don't care now. Okay. Aha! Yes. Now you're lost. Okay, got him. Oh, yeah, she's right. Look at this. You know what? That is the best demonstration of that tip. I feel right there. Nailed it. Oh, do you know what? And the lightning boomerang thing is working a treat too, I've got to say. Alright, now. I'm just eating that because I want to. Yeah, see now I reckon. She said not to underestimate mushrooms in general. That's the thing. It wasn't just... Oh, that's right. It was the ice. Oh, it works like a treat too. Oh, you know what? Keely killing it. Keely's bringing the tips. She's bringing them back old school. Okay. Get the shield. Oh, you just... Oh, you're about to get owned, buddy. Oh, fucking work the analog. Oh, turns out he got me. Well, you know what, pal? I got you too. Oh, I got us both. We go together. As it was intended back in the day. Do you know what? There's entertainment value in this too. I am surprised I'm still alive. I'm not gonna lie. That was some pretty shoddy gameplay. Oh, thank God I just ate the combat thing. Whew. I could have been in trouble. Alright. Alright, buddy. Let's get some food into you. Get some food. Collect stuff. Now get to Robbie's laboratory. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. It's just a zone, I think. Still good. Wait. Okay. Does anyone else get that weird thing where the analog just continues to bounce when you don't want it? It's the most annoying thing. Fire shield. I'm a fire shield starter. Oh, okay. I said not to get distracted, but who doesn't like burning barrels? Yeah, see? And we got baked apples. Okay. Oh, I feel like that's the thing. Ah. More. Wait. Wait. Dan's tip. It's about to become a thing. Come on. Do you know what? I'm not very good at navigating these menus at all. I've got to say. Ah. Wait. I promise we'll get there soon. Okay, now. Okay, so we've got the shield. Okay, now. Here's where it comes into play. Oh. I just need someone who can actually execute the technical stuff on these streams and we'll be laughing. Can't even jump, mate. Can't even jump. There we go. Look at... Oh, but if only you could stay up there. Oh, I'm going to get electrocuted now, aren't I? Remember when he tried to get to Akala and couldn't make it? Because of the loser? Oh, I did it though! Ah! Oh, damn, the tip worked. Work done. It worked. Actually, I think I feel like Randy today. Randy from South Park. Yes, Dan. We'll make it. I've got a little bit of that vibe. You know what? The end's in sight. There's the goal. At a camera angle that's awkward and weird. Link's drunk again, but he can jump real high. Oh, we did it. Just always be collecting. Oh, wait, what is this? What's the deal? This looks a little different. Oh, I need to check this out. There's stuff here. There's lots of stuff. I'm like being whingy because like I want to totally explore it with a fine tooth comb. It's okay. It's okay. We can come back to it. Fear of missing out? You betcha. Who's in there? It's the Yiga Pan. Link, get ready for battle. Okay, cool. You get ready for battle, Yiga loser. Got my wing shield. Okay, now we're gonna get puff shroom. Okay. Like once I can execute it in some sort of semblance of, you know, timing, it's gonna be quite dangerous. Oh man, he hit like he's like a Mack truck, doesn't he? Absolute. You know what? What if I'm muddle bearing him against himself? Now, the biggest enemy he has is his own challenge. That's the thing, right? If you don't have any more tips to share, why don't you start another one now? Another stream. That's exactly what I was going to do. Yeah, that was the idea. I hadn't finished this one tip, which was the one to get to. That was it. That was basically the point, mate. I was just going to do the Robbie thing, and then I was doing your tip on the way, and then that was it. Just going to wrap it up. And then it took me nearly an hour to get. It's just like, it's honestly alright. I don't think becoming a full-time streamer would ever be a thing I could ever do for a living, because my family would starve to death. They would die. Oh god, Yiga fashion design, huh? Hey Superstar, you're not with the Yiga clan, eh? Yeah, but it's on brand. Oh, it's definitely on brand. Like, if the tip and trick is don't come here for tips and tricks, that totally cut and landing it again. But what the plan was, to be fair, has just not been executed anywhere close. Like, because I was going to give you guys more time, we're going to do it more interactive. I was actually going to try and start doing this, like, the idea was to maybe take a bit more of a back seat. You know, like Minderman was doing a video and Mystery's doing more video, and kind of get guys in talking. And because I had a couple of weeks off, I was just like, you know what? Rip it off like a band-aid. Let's get things going and make it happen. And then things didn't go to plan again. But stuck with it. We got some good tips and tricks there. So, you know, we'll definitely roll those into another video of some description. But I like the community kind of engagement thing. Like when we get it together, it's really cool. I don't know how that works in a bigger scheme of things for stuff, but it's fun. It's fun just hanging out with mates and playing games, basically. I think it's like a few of the boys just get it, you know. Oh, not just the boys, a few of the gang. When I say boys, sounds real sexist. Didn't mean it to be. Different world we live in now. But yeah, so good fun. The tips and tricks I think have been really, really on point today. Like, they've been absolutely brilliant. Like, from the fast food one, which is absolutely hilarious, but great. Like, do you know what? The meat shield is just like gold, absolute gold, mate. Bargain at half the price. Like, these are the kind of things like you don't necessarily think of. But I've certainly come up with a couple myself, and I've got to say, I can't seem to think of any of them right now on this stream that are any sort of decent ones. Like, I think I excel better at what not to do. That's my level of tip. It's like, I think one of the best tips I'm going to do in the video that I am doing is to say, when you do the Great Plateau sort of area, the tutorial, don't do what I did and ignore doing the shrines and run around for 6 hours trying to figure out how to get from point A to point B. Maybe just get the powers and get from point A to point B. Because it's actually designed for you to get the powers. That's why it's so ominously difficult to get anywhere on that Sky Island, because you don't have the powers. But for some reason I was convinced that you could kind of just figure it out, and, you know, because the storyline comes at the end. But I think that's not how that works, which was hilarious. So yeah, that was my tip. Don't do what I do. And yeah, it was funny because in not doing that and just playing it normally outside of the stream, I smashed that tutorial area. I had fun. It was, yeah, collected a heap of stuff. It was great. Absolute gangbusters. But trying to run around and do crazy builds with Ultra Hand with like 60 million parts, and then lean it up against an ice wall and climb it with 3 hearts. Yeah, no, that doesn't work out so well. Yeah, wonder why you struggle. Hilarious. Okay. Well, I think we can say we made it here to whatever we were trying to do. Now, another tip was to look at the quest log, which I never really do. Let's be honest, right? What the heck was I actually meant to be doing here? Just get here for his stuff, right? Crisis Aura Castle. Yeah, no, it's not that one. Travel mundane. Here we go. Allows you to locate people. Blah 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 blah. Prototype you need to activate. This feature was left. It's rumored that the lab has been taken over. I thought I already did the lab. Dude was there. He was doing fashion. Blah blah blah. Didn't pay attention. On par. I don't see what the problem is. I didn't pay attention to anything. I'm wondering why I can't seem to figure it out. Hilarious. Alright, looks like we need to pay attention and go back in and talk to this guy. Okay, makes me want to pay attention. Need the blueprints in the lab. Yep. Do you know what's funny is I'm very good at paying attention when I'm not talking to people. It's actually something I'm generally quite good at, but not on talking. Lab is located near a local stable. It was also not far from Tarrytown and was impacted by falling Zonar ruins and parts. Suffice it to say, I think both of these locations will be suitable for procuring supplies and intel. Though we haven't yet received any word of Zelda, there have been many reported sightings of her swordsman Link. His days are numbered, though, as the Surface Division is setting up a network of shields with puff mushrooms and ice meatsicles. Imagine that. They'd just be like boss group. Be like the Warriors type thing, where they go around with meat shield. Anyway, sorry. Just in my head, it was hilarious. Setting up a network of terrifying banana traps. Well, in fairness, I think they just matched me toe for toe with the weird Warriors reference. That's awesome. Is that Link on the chalkboard? Yeah, I think it is, man. I think it is. There's Devil Link with his devil banana juice. I don't know. What are these guys on? Honestly, they're hilarious. They're so good. They are so good. We got it. We've done it. Just like that. Lickety split. Took me 2 seconds. Yeah, they absolutely hate him, don't they? They absolutely hate him. So what's the opposite of banana? I know there's a joke in there somewhere. And I bet you Nintendo have already played it out too. They're usually pretty good with those sorts of things. I swear as well, and I haven't looked, but I think it was at a Hatino. I love seeing them fly. Yeah, I know. Oh man, I took so many of those guys down. And in hilarious ways as well, because they were on the plane, so you could just throw stuff at them and knock them off. It's quite fun. I feel like you can't do anything else with that. I was wondering if you could break that or something. Anyway, Hatino had that other thing hang off the roof too, didn't it? I was pretty sure. I saw it there. I was fairly sure I saw it, but I need to go back and check. That was one day. There's heaps of details I need to double check on because I've been curious about whether they would be the same or not. But I'm thinking the whole weird thing of the eagle with fashion is kind of funny. That's a thing. I love how they got the little travel flag, so. Alright. Well, there you go. Needless to say, I think that tip was executed with aplomb and perfection. Big J himself couldn't have done it any quicker or better. I mean, he could have done and would have done. Probably would have beaten the entire game in that time, but for what it's worth, we did the tip. That's a rock. I feel like there's more to this area. There's more that needs to be explored here, but that's not for this video. That's going to be for the video we do shortly after we finish this video, which now we're coming to the end of the tips and tricks video we can do, which let's end it on a couple of high notes with a couple of last minute absolute banger tips. Number one, you see something shiny and you think it's a fairy, always crouch, because if it's a fairy you'll spew when they run away. Next one, that looks like a labyrinth, and man, I'm excited to go over there and check that out. That's a thing. I dress up in the Eager set when I talk to them because they say funny stuff. Oh man, I gotta try that. That's hilarious. Alright, so tip wise, I've just got to quickly get my tip jar. I just can't believe I landed that joke. It was right at the end too. There was the fusing the gemstones to the shield too from Keeley, which was another one. So we tried to cover that. The Wizard's build, which, you know what, if I'm being fair, Wizard's build looks much better than whatever I was doing. I will uber quickly just pop it up so people can actually see. But I'll definitely pop it up somewhere else outside of here because it was a really good idea. OBS, where are you, buddy? Yep, I just go there, and we're just going to add a new window quickly. Go like that. Good job, sir. And go to Discord very quickly. You will see this picture here from Wiz. That's his bike, his hover bike, and it works like a treat. Does like at a 45-degree angle or whatever. And he basically says, make a hover bike with 2 fans and a pedestal. It takes some trial and error to make it correctly, to make correct model that doesn't whip you off like a wild Mustang, but once you get it right, apparently it goes like the clappers. You love yourself for it, and it's very, very similar, I think, in some ways to one that Jen had done. So that was a cool tip to work out. There was the other one from Keely about adding gems to your shield, which I haven't tried yet, so I'm just going to quickly get rid of that thing there, because, you know, why not? Don't need that anymore. Pop that over, just flick myself towards an enemy with the gem on my shield. That sounds like a truly outrageous idea, because truly, truly, truly outrageous. Gem is truly outrageous. We haven't wasted enough bird things, so might as well get rid of another one while we've got the chance to. And we're going to do a gem. So let's get a good one. Maybe not a diamond, because that's one of my tips is, you know, definitely fuse stuff, but maybe don't get rid of all your good stuff. You don't want to get rid of all the good stuff. But surely we've got a sapphire or a ruby or something. There we go. Beautiful. Let's get that one out. Putting the fans at the 45-degree angle gives you more vertical travel, and you can stick a bright bloom to it as a headlight. That's boss level. That's perfect, dude. For sure. Yeah, one of the builds I made in the depths, which was just real simple and real good, actually. Oh, he's got to be Eager Clan, doesn't he? Oh, this is going to be fun. You're going to be my test pilot. Okay, yeah. Let's do it, buddy. Prepare to meet my ruby shield. No, it's sapphire. You're about to get frozen. I'm going to call you Elsa. Because you're frozen. Oh, what? Dude, my shield. Okay. Oh, well, it's not going to help if I... Side on. Side on. Let him attack. Okay, I'm going to have to dismiss side on, because he's charged with eggs right now. He can't get enough of it. He's in the action. He's in the thick of it. Sorry, buddy. Okay, come on, buddy. Alright, now you. Okay. Sorry, you can go too. Right. Oh! Guys, come on. Darn it. We had a Jaeger guy right there. Okay. Hit parry. Yeah, do you know what? I didn't do it, mate. I didn't do it. I was just trying to get rid of them for the sake of just being... I thought he'd hit the shield and it'd be... Oh, here we go. We're on. Okay. Parry. Oh, come on. Oh, kill is like, it is a good tip. It's just the person who is doing it is not good at the tip delivery, I think. Wait, get the shield out. Yeah, she got it. Yes. I tell you what, though, he's giving it guts with the old parry. Yes. Do we add one to a weapon, perhaps? I think I've done this before with the ruby, to be fair. Fire on us. There we go. Oh, it's like the real Game of Thrones here. Fire on us, get it? That's a joke. They're awkward. Parry makes the fuse item work as a weapon. They are awkward. Yeah, I love them though. They're hilarious and awkward, just like me. Oh wow, it's really starting to come down out there, and my wife and daughter just left for something, and I don't know where they're going. It's all happening here. It's all happening here at the MCG. That was your portable heater in Heber, remember? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, we've got so much happening here. So much stuff to explore. Wait, does Travel Medallion work now? Does it work? Because that would be payoff. That would be the bee's knees. Okay. Yeah. It's missing some important data. Oh, Robbie. Bless your cotton socks. That would have been absolutely mad lad genius levels if we could have done that. Yeah, yeah. Well, let's round it out. Let's head back. Give him what he needs. Where was he again? Robbie was in Hatino. Of course he was. Where else would he be? That's not even the right menu. That's not the right spot. Let's go over there. Getting excited to get back and see our man Robbie over in Hatino or Hatno, depending on how you pronounce it. Still can't believe we all pronounce things differently, but there you go. And we'll get the travel medallion. That'll round out the tips, live tips and tricks that was meant to kick off at 8 o'clock, started closer to nearly 10 o'clock. So it's been a solid couple of hours of absolute horseplay shenanigans and delivery of tips, but we have tried to cover quite a few of them. I also had added in just a couple of general things in my one of saying things like always collect arrows, never have enough, because they're super cool. And just in general about like always talking to NPCs for as much dialogue as you can get and for different quests. You'd be surprised how many different things can come up if you ask the right questions and stuff. So I thought that was another really good one to do. Just look out for those opportunities. About going to different places at different times during the day or night, because absolutely certain things are different. Like you might get different creatures or bugs or things that you wouldn't normally expect at different times during the day, or whether it's wet as well, like the rain brings out certain insects, for example. It's really cool. And one other final tip that I had that is just probably one that's really easy to overlook, and I haven't really done it in Tears of the Kingdom yet myself, but guarantee you'll love yourself for it if you take this tip on. Take the time if you get a chance, particularly if you've got a busy life like hard work and lots of stress or whatever. Set yourself up somewhere for a while in the game and just like do some watching, like for a minute. Like find some of the animals or maybe a scene that you like, and just sort of set yourself up there and like soak it in and enjoy it, and you'll be surprised. It's actually a really pretty game and really really calming as well, kind of but also quite beautiful as well. Like I've found this particularly doing videos and that trying to get shots for stuff that you think might look good, but you spend a lot of time just like watching different animals and stuff, like the little birds, little sort of like robin birds and that, they bounce around and they're kind of adorable and they're having a feed, and then a wolf will come and walk through, or a fox, and just kind of chill. And I don't know, it's a cool game. Watch NPCs and they walk around, and watch the bokoblins. They'll eat food and then get hit by bees and stuff. It's all the random stuff that's not actually even you interacting with the game. It's actually just happening in the game around you. Even this dude's upside down face backpack, which is hilarious. But yeah, take the time to just allow yourself to soak in the details. Not necessarily always be running from objective to objective, but maybe just sometimes take the time to just just walk outside and just set yourself up somewhere and just soak in the wider world of Tears of the Kingdom, as I know I have done with Breath of the Wild for a long time. And here, do you know what? Right on cue is an example of what I'm talking about. Just does not get any better than that. Look at that. I can't even get the right menu, but I'm trying to. There we go. gorgeous stuff. Perfect little selfie spot. Let's get that in there. Want to look good for Nadra. And just zoom it back out. And maybe... nice. That's a perfect shot. You'll love that every day of the week. Also got the Zonite bow. And fill out your compendium. But look at that. Absolute gorgeous game. So, you know, that's my final tip. Just take the time to soak it in. It's absolutely beautiful. Why would you not? As much as the game's fun, it's got great engaging combat and puzzle building and stuff. Sometimes the little things that are just happening in this game are just as amazing as the engaging mechanics that Nintendo have built into it as well. Yeah, look at this. It's absolute glorious lighting over the water. Makes me want to go have fish. Been ages since I've been fishing. Like I said, if you're an adult who doesn't get much time these days, like you used to maybe, you sort of do this sort of stuff, look around, go, man, how long's it been since I went out with me mates and had a fish? I could go that any day of the week. That'd be great fun. A couple of birds flying down there. Just a game that you can take in the sights when you get the chance, and you'll never lose. So that was my final tip. Thanks for everyone who joined today and for adding in the valuable tips. I'm going to break the stream off, give myself a chance to go get a few things done and a little bit of food, and I'm going to jump back on and spend some time in my afternoon, because it's afternoon over here where I live now. Maybe just doing a bit of Tears of the Kingdom gameplay. If you are interested in coming and hanging out, you are more than welcome to do so. Certainly not going to stop you. Really, I think I've got the Cartman Land thing down pat, to be honest, PPX. But yeah, I just want to come in, just chill out and play the game. Why wouldn't you? Good times. Plus, I think Kat's been waiting to get a bit of Death Mountain action, so I think it's about time we rip that band-aid off, because I need to get over there too. I hear there's stuff going on over there, and we were heading right there. We were heading right up to that canyon, and then I diverted over this way, and then just went pear-shaped from there. But yeah, maybe if I get the time this afternoon tonight. Might be nice to do a little bit of the Goron situation, that regional phenomena. Help out our mate Unobes. And who knows, maybe even get a few more of those tiers that BPX is talking about. Sounds like there's some good stuff there to be checked out for sure. If you're still listening at this point, congratulations. You're a good listener and a nice person. But I'll wrap it up there. BPX, thanks for hanging out, dude. As always, absolute chill. Love the fact that you got 700 arrows because of your OCD. You're a champion, mate. Do you know what? That's on that point. I got to tell you, BPX, my last thing. So when I did the tutorial area on my own last night, and I didn't rush it for a little while because I was just like, I'd already lost so many hours anyway. Man, I collected so much stuff. Like, that save game is the one that I should start my actual game on. I had gems out the wazoo, honestly. Yeah, I know what you mean. OCD, you do not run out of stuff. Like, I would never be in the situation I am in as I am on these streams. I go to cook food and I've got no free slots because all the meal slots are taken. It's just crazy. It's crazy when you actually do all the collecting stuff and that properly, just how insanely stocked and buff your character can be, which is definitely worth doing. For sure. But yeah, nah. Tips and tricks, hey? You know what? It's good fun and they'll never end. There's always more things to learn in this game, certainly with some of the mad builds that are out there. And some of the crazy things that are out, for sure. I think one of my faves though, I do like the meat shield. That was awesome. Except that's not it. That's so cool. And I really, just one last time, did like this one. Yeah, the old apple The fast food. Just what a great idea. Absolute genius level. Living in the year 3000, as they say. A lot of young kids today. But yeah, there you go. And final tip: do a backflip, and you'll get into bullet time. That's one thing I do because I like backflips. That's not really a tip, but I can't even actually do it, which is hilarious. And just turn around like that, and we'll do it now. There we go. Alright, save game. Look after yourselves, guys. Next tips and tricks, if there is one, it can, in terms of train wrecks, it can't beat this one. But yeah, there will be a tips and tricks video that will come out, which will be far more succinct. It will have, there'll be the one that I was meant to finish before this one that'll come out soon. That's like a 101 sort of thing. So yeah, probably not a lot in there if you've been keeping up with the current tips in here, but we'll pull together one with all the great ideas that have come out from everybody today. I think that'll be a really interesting one to get out. But in terms of actual Zelda content stuff in the future, theory-wise, I'll be doing more when I've got the story done. But I was actually going to be working on a couple of other ideas over the coming months, just to sort of mix it up a bit as far as Zelda content is concerned. So stay tuned for that. And what a way to finish it. Oh, that's perfect, absolutely perfect. And BPX adding in a couple more there, just a couple last plunges. It's gotta go right. It's near the stable anyway. Melania does some cool stuff now. Okay, so there's one. Melania does some cool stuff. There was that other one, by the way, from Keely, just with the whole something with the Master Sword. But you know, just always, if something looks too good, maybe, I don't know. The way she put it was like kind of cryptic, which was perfect. So I don't really know, but you know, I think it was worthwhile. It's a good tip. Melania is apparently a cool tip. Don't hit build because you'll waste that Zonite. Hey, but here's a question for you though. Yes, I've got to ask this one. Is it a waste of Zonite? Because what do I do with it now? Because I've got. If you've got full battery, I don't even know if I've got full battery, but can you get more battery? What happens when your batteries are full? Do you get a recharger? That's a question right there. And I just realised, by the way, that I didn't even actually test my travel Medine just before we let Robbie go. Let's make sure it works. Aces. Look at that. Ace of spades. Happy days. Oh, bullet time. Champion. Or, one last tip. Can he do something a little bit special? No. Man, me and those birds, it's going to be death of me, eh? Those birds, I reckon, honestly, I spend so many of those birds just trying to get them out midair, but it's so fun. It's like a thing now. Oh, hilarious. So good. One day. Oh, gosh. Honestly, they're so much fun, though. Oh, so good. I know, I've got to end the stream, but I'm just kind of like, he's nearly dead anyway. I might as well get him airbound. Yes. What are you doing? Come on, son. Let's do it properly. Come on. Just quickly pop that up there. I'm going to actually show you something reasonably half decent, hopefully, this time. If I can get the right buttons to work. Get over. No. That. No. Come on. Yeah, that's better. Alright. Alright, Link. Hold on. Oh, he didn't even hold on. Wait. Ah, can we... I can't even do the power, can I? No, because you're mid-air. Oh, Link. He wanted to so badly. He really wanted to. He wanted to make a hero moment. But real heroes watch their gliders fly. Oh dear. Oh, that's a fan. Oh, I got rid of Toolin. I was about to use Toolin to get on it, and I already got rid of him. Oh, so good. So good. Honestly, this game, there's your biggest tip, mate. The game never stops. It just doesn't stop with the delivery. There's just nothing that you can't do. Got me wanting to experiment now. More than anything. It's just like, where's the fire hydrant thing? Yes. See? Now we can create some mad lad stuff. Now that run's gone because I said I was ending the stream. It's perfect. And I will. I'm just gonna try and just stick that there. Okay, you just need to go, son. Alright. Why? Okay, and with any luck, this should send us into the water. Fly! Thought I had enough guts. Didn't make it. But have we now got a boat? That's the question. Oh, honestly, it's so good. If only could play the game. Imagine what it could do. Yes. Now just flip around. And boat. Get an esky, pack of sausages, a couple of cans, and we're off. Maybe not. Too soon. Yeah. Okay. We'll probably end it there. Except if that rocket works. One last final farewell. Up she goes. Genius. Oh, it's off. Excellent. You can make a boat. There you go. Tears of the kingdom. Anything you can't do, we can do better. So happy. Well, tips and tricks, honestly. Awesome time. Sorry about that. I know I said I was ending it, but it does get you thinking about what you can build. Yep. Alright. Come here, Krabby. Anyway. Crazy, crazy stuff. Probably shouldn't kill Link one last time. Alright, we'll get him some food. We'll wrap it up there. Thanks for joining this stream. Take it easy. Don't be crazy like me. Enjoy yourself. I will see you next time here on GameSmiths. Oh, and keep being amazing.